every second, every minute. Man, I swear that she can get it. Say if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high. Hands up high. Hands up high. Tell them put the lights down right now. Put me in the mood. I'm talking about dark room perfume. Go.
I recognize your fragrance. Hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit. And I know your taste is a little bit high maintenance. Everybody else basic. You live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice. Poetic justice. If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it? I mean, I write poems in these songs dedicated to you. And you're in the mood for empathy. There's blood in my pen. Better yet, with your friends and them. I really wanna know you all. I really wanna show you off. Fuck God, pour up plenty of champagne. Cold nights when you curse this name. You called up your girlfriends and y'all curled in that little bitty range. I heard that she wanna go and party. She wanna go and party. Nigga, don't approach her with that Atari. Nigga, that ain't good game, homie, sorry. They say conversation rule the nation. I can tell, but I could never right my wrongs unless I write it down for real. P.S. You can get it, you can get it, you can get it.
Just know you should. So confused.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it. Saying if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high. Tell them dim the lights down right now, put me in the mood. I'm talking about dark room, perfume, go,
I recognize your fragrance. Hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit. And I know your taste is a little bit high maintenance. Everybody else basic. You live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice. Poetic justice. If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it? I mean, I write poems in these songs dedicated to you when you're in the mood for empathy. There's blood in my pen. Better yet, with your friends and them. I really wanna know you all. I really wanna show you off. Fuck God, pour up plenty of champagne. Cold nights when you curse this name. You called up your girlfriends and y'all curled in that little bitty range. I heard that she wanna go and party. She wanna go and party. Nigga, don't approach her with that Atari. Nigga, that ain't good game, homie. Sorry, they say conversation rule the nation. I can tell, but I could never right my wrongs unless I write it down for real. P.S. You can get it, you can get it, you can get it.
Whole 10 shining stars, big dip, get a lot of hashtag gang in the city.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Miss Carla. How you doing? Good morning to the people in the bushes and everybody and everybody. Good morning, y'all. Listen, so today we're gonna be talking about. I think this has been it happened in December, so I think this is like a couple of weeks old. Y'all know we stay late on something. Hold on a minute, y'all. Let me get my water and take a sip. You good, Miss Carla? That's good to hear, sweetheart. Happy Wednesday. Wednesday. So listen, y'all know we always a day, what do they call it? A day late and a dollar short with a lot of stuff. Because there be so much going on and we got so much going on. But this case, I think, is like a couple of weeks old or whatever. and I'm pretty sure y'all seen it on this here YouTube because I've been seeing it and seeing it and seeing it and saving it, but I just had not gotten into it. And we're gonna get into it today. Let me read something to give everybody a little background. For those that don't know, a little background on what's going on with Mr. Tyrone. Hold on, let me pull it up. And y'all know I'm gonna do videos, I'm gonna do content, I'm gonna do reactions or whatever. And we're gonna get into it. But let me read this right quick. Um, so this case is in comes out of Florida. I want to say Gainesville, Florida. So according to Google, okay, Tyrone Davis Jr. Hold on, cause it gave me something else other than what it gave me this morning. Let me make sure I got the right one. Make sure I got the right one. They gave me the actor. No, recent news. Here we go. Tyrone Davis Jr. Okay, in January 2026. Well, I guess it was. Yeah, it was this month. Not like. See, I was thinking it was a Christmas getaway, but it was just a getaway, I guess. So it happened this month, maybe a week or so ago. Okay, a man named Tyrone Davis Jr., also known as Stepdaddy Dro, died in Gainesville, Florida, after under circumstances his family is currently questioning. He was found injured near Southwest Archer Road on December. Okay, so he did die in December. On December 27, 2025. So it's like I initially thought. It was sort of kind of like him and his girlfriend, uh, Lulu. Okay, and I read on here her real name, but I'm not gonna say it right now. But Lulu is his girlfriend. They were on a hey, Lady Marie. Good morning. Good morning. They was on a I guess a Christmas getaway or whatever. All right, he was found injured near Southwest Archer Road on December 27, 2025. Detectives stated he jumped from a moving vehicle while in traffic, and they do not currently consider the death suspicious. All right, so relatives, including his sister Natasha Davis, who have publicly expressed doubt regarding the police report, questioning why he would jump from a car and why his driver would leave him. They have used the hashtag Justice for Dro to seek information. All right, that's the background. They were on a getaway. I think they had an argument or something. They were in the car, and allegedly, according to Lulu, Jerome jumped out the car. She left from where he jumped out the car at to cool down, and he was found deceased from an injury. His family saying he would never have jumped out the car. They don't believe it, of course, And yeah, so we're gonna get into some of the things that have been put out concerning this case. Now, the first video we're gonna get into is from our girl Chronicle Speaks. I have now gotten back into Chronicle Speaks. I do like Chronicle Speaks. I'm gonna share her. Excuse me, y'all. It's the coffee. My God, today. I'm going to share this video out on my community wall. If I can get to it. If I can get to it. Let's see. And y'all can go there and check out Chronicle Speaks, okay? I'm sure most of y'all know about her. But her video is the first video I'm gonna get into it. So of course we're gonna go back into content that popped out when this first happened, y'all. And we're gonna work our way currently, okay? So let's listen to Chronicle Speaks when this first happened at the end of December. Y'all got any questions, put them in the chat. I'll do my best to answer. Thank y'all so much for joining. Please make sure y'all double tap that screen to like the live. Feel free to support the channel and things of that nature, okay? Let's get into it.
I love you.
I love you too.
Say I love you. You my everything.
Oh my God.
kind of getaway that looks just perfect on camera, the kind of people who post the captions like life is perfect with you. But in this story, what started as a couple cabin trip ends with one man found injured, later described by his family as brain dead.
The Davis family got there. They said he brain dead, trauma to the skull, the back of the skull, his blunt force trauma to his head.
He ultimately succumbed to his injuries, and the family has so many questions. What happened? Mr. Tyrone Davis Jr.'s loved ones are now demanding answers because they say that the explanation they were given just doesn't add up. The death of Tyrone Davis Jr. Now, before we get into this is a developing situation. A lot of details being shared publicly come from family statements and social media accounts. I'm going to clearly separate what's claimed from what's being confirmed and avoid presenting rumors as fact. According to his family and supporters, Tyrone Davis Jr., also known online by nicknames like T2 and Stepdaddy Dro, was the kind of person people describe as a provider, hardworking, family-focused, and present.
Morning motivation with Joe, so this is what it is. Hey, to all my brothers out there, I just want to motivate y'all right quick, man. Never give up on your dreams, man. Never give up on your goals. Just because shit ain't going as planned or, you don't see the results in what you're putting in, just keep going, bro. It's like at the end of the tunnel.
They say he wasn't just building a life, he was building a message. Motivational videos, everyday vlogs, and pride in showing up for the people he loved. And the part his family keeps circling back to, he was a father. And they say his kids were his heart. They were his everything.
Look who I done kid out. Look who I been daddy today.
Now, family members and online followers say that Tyrone and his girlfriend, known publicly as Lulu and connected to the handle That Damn Lulu, had been together for around 3 years, and online the relationship looked affectionate and committed. From the outside, it looked like love, surprises, dates, vacations.
It's so amazing.
You so amazing. I'm gonna make sure she remember that.
I'm never gonna forget this weekend.
Forever.
We started out with edible arrangements and asked me to be here about something.
And I'm thankful that you said yes.
Thankful.
I was so shy.
Even when she broke her ankle, he was there for the surgery, there for the recovery, riding it out with her.
We is finna take Queen a shower or bath. I'm gonna have to bring a chain here and hold her leg and vibe with the vibe. Boom, boom. I let her vibe with the vibe.
From the looks of his social media, people were really rooting for them as couple goals. But as we all know, social media doesn't show what happens when the cameras are off. Now, the story that's been widely shared online is that the couple took a cabin-style holiday getaway around Christmas.
I did it with sticky notes. You had to stop. You like, I know that's not what I see.
Saw it, I caught something you doing something earlier.
Mm-hmm. You like,
Really comes to life.
it's a bit. I love my creative. It's super creative. Super creative. I love it.
I love you too.
Man, I love you. You my everything.
Oh my God.
So it's gonna go down right now. So look, so this how this going, baby. Finna explain the game to you. So we're finna roll the dice today. I know you like gambling. I know you like playing. You feel what I'm saying? People can see those.
It is crazy because I don't even, the games that I play, I never use dice. And mine just except for craps when I just started learning that. But so this make it even more fun because I never roll
dice. Okay. So this is how this finna go. So we're gonna roll the dice, right?
Black Santa.
You feel what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Heavy on the black Santa. So we're finna roll the dice, right? And whatever it landed on, see it's 4, you gotta pick up a number 4 bars. Oh. We roll. It's on 4.
Okay.
You want 4?
I don't think it's on 4.
Yeah, it's green right there.
Okay,
You wanna try
it's
those?
a 4.
Okay, get the dough then.
Okay.
What you got? What you got? Okay then.
You got the steak on. You got potatoes. Come on. Everything looks amazing, baby. Maybe out here is briefs.
About new.
So you cooking the medium? How you cooking it?
Medium well.
You cook mine's medium.
Say less.
And then something happened. What Tyrone's family says happened next becomes the core mystery. They claim that Tyrone ended up severely injured, and they publicly questioned how these injuries occurred and how the story around his last known moments has shifted.
But I decided that it's only right for me to get on here because Tyrone Davis
Here we go
Jr.
again, y'all. Y'all know how I feel about, families and loved ones and friends coming out on social media when stuff like this happen. And I get it. Listen, I guess this couple, cute couple, he did good. A lot of men don't take time out to do stuff like he did or whatever. And I'm just going by what we've seen so far with this whole cabin trip or whatever. and then the dinner they was at with the flowers and all that. So it seemed like, what I'm saying? But and I think he was on social media. Now he might be. I don't think I've seen him on YouTube. Maybe he's on TikTok or some other stuff. And apparently she is too, right? So I get that they were a social media couple. I get it. Um, so of course they're gonna be social media uh, chatter and all that. But it's like when the family comes out, when the family comes out and start fueling the fire, I just don't get it. I really don't. See, in cases where a person is unalived or um there's foul play suspected or there's foul play just outright noticeable, that's an investigation. It's a whole investigation type thing going on, right? So when cops or the detectives or whoever that's investigating the case have to go through all this social media stuff, because believe me, people don't believe it. People don't believe that cops actually use social media to solve cases, to investigate cases. They do, because a lot of people put everything on social media, right? So when they have to go through all this mess that's already going to be put out by the so-called content creators such as myself or anybody else, it's a lot, and it becomes extra when you got family members coming out here saying this and then the third. You got other people coming out here saying this and the third. I just don't understand why people that are close to the deceased feed the fire. I don't understand. Everybody's grieving process is different. And of course, I get that people want to come out and speak up for their loved ones. But to me, honestly, and I said this to y'all many, many times, it doesn't matter to me when it comes to my loved one. It doesn't matter to me what the public think or social media think. It's what the cops can prove and, let the cops do their job and bring justice to your loved one. But a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, are so concerned about what people say on social media. It's a thing. It's like they're so obsessed with people not believing this or people believing that or not believing that. And the fact of the matter is, like I've said so many times, people are gonna believe what they want to believe, no matter what, no matter what. And it's a hell of a job. It's a hell of a job to try to come out here and convince social media of anything. Because with everything and everybody, you're gonna have this set of people, this group of people that believe this, and this group of people that believe that, and it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. No matter what you say, no matter what you attempt to prove, no matter what, all that matters to me, honestly, is what happened in the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how it is today. But let's listen.
Dro that nigga, stepdaddy Dro. We call him T2. However, that nigga,
How the story around his last known moments has shifted.
I decided that it's only right for me to get on here because Tyrone Davis Jr. Dro that nigga, stepdaddy Dro. We call him T2. However, y'all know my nephew. So many people got love for my nephew. Not only is he a blogger, he's a YouTuber, he's a motivational speaker, he gonna encourage you, he a counselor, he is that dude. When I tell you he drives trucks for a living, he ain't out here doing wrong. If y'all watch his page, y'all know y'all he take care of his kids. He's a family guy. He's a family young man, and he got street friends. And guess what? He look at everybody, guess what, at the same level because his heart always been good. To the little people, the big people, whatever you think you is, it's been good. So the way I feel, y'all got a right to know about y'all family because guess what? He is family to a lot of y'all out there. So for anybody in their right mind to say why is they acting what happened, they got to need to go and examine themselves because you don't even know his accomplishment and his legacy.
Absolutely deserve to know what happened. Absolutely, absolutely. But guess what? That's not gonna come from social media. That's gonna come from the cops if they're investigating it. It's gonna come from Lula, who I think has come out and spoken in the last couple of days. But to be honest, the only people that know what happened on that night is her and him, and he's gone. So she come out here and give her story and say what happened. The cops investigate. And ultimately, that's pretty much all you're gonna get. You're not gonna get it from social media. You're not gonna get answers from social media. What you're gonna get from social media is a lot of talk, a lot of chatter, a lot of assumptions, a lot of shit to have your stress levels up. To be honest, comments, posts, videos that you're not gonna agree with, and it's only gonna upset you.
and on who he is. He like a superstar in our eyes. And guess what? For the main reason, they need to know what happened to T2. Just like we need to know what happened with T2. If y'all been on his page, you see he celebrated because he got a loving heart. And he loved Lulu, what it do till the grounds come home and the cows come home. And one thing I can say, he enjoyed her. He had celebrated with a good heart, gifts and loving and just doing things out the ordinary, unusual things to make her happy. Now I'm going to tell y'all this. For one, he was in that cabin all week till Saturday. So this is what we got. We only can tell you what we got. Y'all need to know. Y'all need to let us know what y'all think. Okay, he was in a cabin on Saturday about 4, 5 o'clock that afternoon. The Lulu chick said that guess what? She was riding in the car with him. They got into a disagreement and he told her to let him out. Now, one, don't get me wrong. I know she probably loved my nephew. I do know my nephew really loved her unconditionally. Let me tell y'all, like whether she love him, he love her. It's a thin line between love and hate. It's a real thin line. So for one, if he told you to let him out the car and your message was you pulled on the side of the road and let him out the car and you pulled off and left my nephew in Gainesville somewhere, you and him the only ones there, no family, no people, no nothing. You left my nephew and you said you drove up to a gas station 5 minutes.
This eerily reminds me of a case and I can remember all cases, y'all, that we cover, but I don't always remember names or whatever. But this reminds me of the case of the young man. Y'all, for those that follow this channel, right? Do y'all remember the young man that was in the car with his father's side of the family members? He had been living with his mom and his stepdad. They moved away. He went back to, I can't remember the specific, but he went back to visit, or he went to visit his bio dad side of the family, and allegedly he was in the car with these family members, and they said he got high or something and wanted to get out the car, and they let him out the car, and they pulled off, and he ended up dead. I think what happened with that case is they determined that he drowned. It was dark, he didn't know where he was, and he walked into a pool of water, which I think was a river or something, and he drowned. They determined that he drowned. This reminds me of that. But let's listen.
To wait, maybe he needed to cool off. Maybe he needed to get time to himself to walk up. You thought he was gonna walk up to that gas station where you was waiting on him at for 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, you see ambulance, you see police, you see ambulance, you see police, and you know something is right. So you get in your
I know you do. You are one of the ones that follow this channel faithfully. Thank you, baby. So you remember that one, huh? Yeah, that's what that reminds me of. You put somebody out on the side of the road and they end up dead. Like I don't. Yeah.
and get back there to the scene with my nephew getting on a stretcher, getting in the back of the ambulance. You throw him out and left him for dead. And if you didn't, that's how we feel. And if we wrong, Lord, forgive us, but reveal the truth. Not only that, your story changed because guess what? You called the Mama Renee. And when you called the Mama Renee, you gonna tell Renee, oh, he fell at the gas station and bumped his head. How he fell at the gas station and bumped his head when you claimed to put him out of car? Okay.
You mean we got two conflicting stories, really? So we got her saying initially that he got out the car and walked away. She pulled off. He walked away. But then you called the mama. And let me tell you something. That right there, y'all, it's kind of fucking with me because that's sort of kind of what happened with my son. This chick that, she was telling the cops one thing and telling me another thing. Because see, what she had forgotten is that she had actually called me that night in the midst of what was going on with my son and told me one story. She told me another story later on that night or that early morning, and then she told the cops another story. So let me tell you something seriously though. When stories change, because see, the truth don't change. The truth don't change. And when stories begin to change, there's something to it. If you done nothing wrong and things happen the way you say they happen, and you told the truth initially, that story's not gonna change. But let's need to hear that. Let's listen.
Story change again. This on Sunday morning, Renee. He fell at the gas station and bumped. You throw him out and left him on him at for 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, you see ambulance. You see police, you see ambulance, you see police, and you know something ain't right. So you get in your car and get back there to the scene with my nephew getting in on a stretcher, getting in the back of an ambulance. You throw him out and left him for dead. And if you didn't, that's how we feel. And if we wrong, Lord, forgive us, but reveal the truth. Not only that, your story changed because guess what? You called the mama Renee. And when you called the mama Renee, you gonna tell Renee, oh, he fell at the gas station and bumped his head. How he fell at the gas station and bumped his head when you claimed to put him out of the car? Okay, now the story changed again. This on Sunday morning, Renee drive up to Gainesville. The Davis family don't even know my nephew in the hospital. I gotta call it like it is. My Davis family don't even know that she got the call and call it like it is. Granny, Renee, I got love for you. You done lost 2 sons, and it's your last living son that just got his life taken. But she called you. You said you wasn't gonna call us because you wanted to get up there and see what happened once she got there. So you called my Charlotte and gave us the first story. The girlfriend told you he fell and bumped his head. That's what you said. So when my Charlotte got the call, she.
Oh, this might be the auntie on the dad's side. And she's talking about the mama Renee like she may not be, she talking like she may be on the dad's side. On his auntie, because she's his aunt. So she must be the aunt on the dad's side.
Want to get up there and see what happened once you got there. So you called my Charlotte and gave us the first story. The girlfriend told you he fell and bumped his head. That's what you said. So when my Charlotte got the call, she calling us in the Davis family and say, we got to take a drive and see what went on with my nephew. Guess what? I wasn't there. Y'all wasn't there. Lulu was there. And at the end of the day, nobody knows but God. And it's going to come forward. Not only that, the next story change. Again, come on, Natalie. Come join with me. Take that jacket off. Come join me. Not only that, the Davis family got there. They said he brain dead, trauma to the skull, the back of the skull, his blunt force trauma to his head. Something had to happen. It didn't happen falling out no car. It did not happen falling down no stairs. It did not happen the way they kind of make these different stories. I ain't gonna say they is Lou. So not only that, you let him out, and at the end of the day, pulled off. You left him for dead. Why would you leave him? How did he end up at the hospital? And let me grant it, y'all. They found my nephew's body under a bridge on Archer Road, on the side of the road. They found my nephew under a bridge and said a car pulled up and he stepped out of the car and staggered and fell to the ground. How in the hell that you left my nephew and then found him on the bridge when ain't nobody under the bridge, Lord God? You guilty for that alone. It's not coincidence. Let me tell you something. If it walk like a duck and talk like a duck, call Affleck. It's a goddamn duck. My cousin D-Boy said it was duck pull a truck, hook him up. Some foul play done happened to my nephew. We mourning, we grieving, we angry. He loved on everybody. We love all people. You don't do people like that. And then for the ones say, what happened to him? Y'all need to know what happened to him. Some of y'all won't family did his own goddamn family. We all are going through our own emotions. I'm finna get out of this phone because I'm getting emotional and I'm under roller coaster. But I want y'all to know his whole skull was fractured to the front, fractured to the back. So if you hit him in the back of the head, whatever rumor, whatever lifetime mystery, puzzle, whether it was an accident, then you say he stumbled out the car, then you say he jumped out of the car. You was going 25 miles, then you say he tripped on the feet as he was getting out. Accidents happen, but quit lying, Lulu. Tell us what happened to my nephew. If y'all was arguing and it started at the cabin, like you said, and however he ended up on the bridge, we need to freaking know. We need to know what's going on. It's not right. It's not right. We got a right to be angry. My brother Tyrone Davis got a right to be pissed off and angry by his goddamn son.
Okay, so the victim is Tyrone Davis Jr. So apparently his dad is Tyrone Davis Sr. and this is his sister. Okay, I'm just trying to keep up here. Sound like he got hit by a car after he got pushed out. Could be. He definitely had blunt. He had trauma to his skull. Could be. Let's listen.
This is a senseless death. Yeah, God know he was gonna check out. But guess what? At the end of the day, decisions had to be made. He loved you, girl. And at the end of the day, if you're taking a side and you're blaming, you just as guilty as it can be. You just as guilty as her. Because if you can't see it, Ray Charles can see it. If you ain't got nothing to conscience, tell the truth. What happened? God gonna reveal the truth. Them detectives gonna reveal the truth. My family don't even wish no hate on you for death, but I'm gonna tell you, your ass gonna pay for what happened to my nephew. And whatever the truth is, it is gonna come out. It don't make no sense. Now let's tell them what they told y'all.
It's different stories that have been told, man. We don't want to hear we don't want the phone call. She might talk after, but I don't want to do it right now. The story ain't adding up, and we just want the story to add up. We need 2 + 2 to equal 4. I can't say what happened. I wasn't there. My family can't say what happened because we were not there. But what I am gonna say is he was left on the side of the road in the city that he ain't from, with no phone, no ID, no gun, no nothing. I was told that he was let out of. I was told that the car was brought to a complete stop and he was let out. Then I was told the car may have been going 25 miles an hour when he was let out. 25 miles an hour, you can't do 25 in the school zone, but you stopped and let him out at 25 miles an hour. The math ain't mathing. I just say 2 + 2 need to equal 4. Whatever happened, even if you didn't do something to him, you're responsible because we left him in your hands. You was with him. He loved you with everything in him. So to leave him in a city that he ain't from, on the side of a road, for him to be found and taken to the hospital under John Doe, because you weren't there. They caught him in the hospital under John Doe. We saw the hospital records. They say a couple on the side of the road stopped and the wife happened to be a nurse. Thank God for those people because they tried to save my cousin. They gave my cousin CPR and they tried to save my.
I don't want to sound like to me, honestly, just by listening so far, right? So it seemed like when he was dumped on the side of the road, he may have already been unconscious. It seems like when he was placed, I say dumped, placed on the side of the road, he may have already been injured. That's what it sounded like to me, because if this couple was driving and saw him on the side of the road, and they immediately called an ambulance, he was injured right there. Yeah, I think something happened, and I think she put him in that car and put him out on the side of the road to be found, I guess. I don't know.
Cousin, but you weren't there. At the end of the day, no matter what happened, you should have been there. Whether you did it, whether you didn't do it, whether it was an accident, whether it was on purpose, you should have been there. You should have been able to give us an accurate account of what happened, and you can't. The only people we knew in Jacksonville was you and him, and you couldn't give us in Gainesville, and you couldn't give us an account of what happened. So right now we go off of what we know. You saying everybody wrong for judging, everybody wrong for feeling some type of way. If something happened to the man I love, if I don't call nobody else, if I don't get in touch with nobody else, his family gonna hear from me before anybody. The hospital called his mama. You told me that. You didn't call his mama. You didn't call his daddy. You didn't call his brother.
Why not, Lulu? I think that's what her name is, Lulu. Why not? Something happened. You see him being carted off in the paramedics or whatever. Why wouldn't you be the one? Because see, he was okay, so this is what I'm not understanding. If he was a John Doe in the hospital, how did the hospital end up calling his mama? How did they find out who he was? I guess she must have told at some point, right? So that means if she had to, if he was a John Doe, no ID, no nothing, right? So if she told the hospital eventually who he was, why didn't you call his mama? That don't sit right with me. Like, you should have been the one. You should have been making that call. Like, when you knew he was going to the hospital, you knew he was injured. Even if not the mama, somebody in the family, let them know what's going on. I don't get that. I don't get that part.
Hospital called his mama. You told me. Everybody wrong for feeling some type of way. If something happened to the man I love, if I don't call nobody else, if I don't get in touch with nobody else, his family gonna hear from me before anybody. The hospital called his mama. You told me that. You didn't call his mama. You didn't call his daddy. You didn't call his grandma. You didn't call his auntie. Bitch, you sat at the hospital for 24 motherfucking hours with them people not talking to you. You told me out your mouth them people wouldn't tell you nothing. So you sat there for an hour, for a day, and ain't let them people tell you nothing, and ain't called nobody who could have got the answers that were needed.
Wait a minute now. So wait a minute. Hold the fuck. Man, can you hit the link? I need to know what you think, because I'm just thinking crazy right now. I'm thinking 24 hours and no call, because 24 hours and no call to his family. 24 hours? Really? Did I say? I know I sent you the link, I think. 20. Y'all, Let me tell you something. And she said she sat there for 24 hours and they didn't tell her anything. And she didn't call the family. Mm. That's weird.
You told me out your mouth them people wouldn't tell you nothing. So you sat there for an hour, for a day, and they let the people tell you nothing? And they called nobody who could have got the answers that were needed? You sat there for 24 hours. This happened on Saturday. On Sunday, the hospital called his mama, not you, the hospital.
I'm gonna give it back to you. And let me back it up, y'all. Even in the midst of Renee going up there and they make it to the hospital. This on Sunday now. The accident or whatever happened on Saturday at 5 o'clock. So now Renee found out Sunday morning she go to Gainesville. Marshala got the call, tell the family. They went in 6 carloads deep to Gainesville.
Man,
Even in Gainesville at the hospital.
I know I sent that link to the Real Mad TV, but okay. I don't understand why you ain't getting the link when I send it. Hold on. Lady Marie say, hold on 1 minute. Lady Marie say 24 hours and no call to his family. At least his mom and the girl is guilty. Well, let me tell you something. I can't say whether or not she's guilty or what she's guilty of, but some ain't adding up. Like, I don't understand why you would sit there at that hospital by yourself. This man had family. It's not like, he had family. And he laying up in the motherfucking hospital serious. See, they say he was brain dead, I don't know. But you sitting up in the hospital, you don't think not once. Let me tell you something. And y'all know I always keep it, I keep it a buck and I keep it personal too, especially on this channel. When they pronounced Tony dead at their hospital, I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't talk to nobody. I couldn't. And to be totally honest, because for those that don't know, when Tony passed away, we were in a hospital out of our state. We wasn't in our state, right? We was in another state. I was the only one there. It was just me and Tony. I was the only one there. So when he passed away, and they told me, even in the state that I was in, I knew that so with Tony, his next of kin was me. After me, hey, good morning, wife and mom. I'm glad you're covering some of this stuff. Oh, you've been watching? Thank God. I love to have somebody that knows what's going on. So other than me, like with Tony, I was his next of kin. Well, actually, technically it would have been his sons that would have been next of kin before me. But the way, Tony paperwork and everything rolled, the way we had things set up, I was his next of kin, then his sons, and then his niece, right? So the charge nurse that was with me and told me what happened and things like that, she said, can I call anybody for you? Because I couldn't. She said, can I call anybody for you? I told that lady 2 people to call. Now, I didn't want to listen. I told her his niece and my mom. Now, I knew if his niece knew, I knew his niece would get in touch with his sons. I couldn't face it. I couldn't talk, period, but I really couldn't talk to his sons. I couldn't tell them that. But I couldn't tell nobody what had happened. Basically, the charge nurse sat next to me and used my phone, because my phone had all the numbers in it. The nurse sat next to me and made those calls. What I'm saying is, I thought even in the state of mind that I was in, that his niece needed to know ASAP. There's no way I was going to sit there for no damn 24 hours and not contact this man's family. And it's not like he was in the hospital with a damn cold or shit. He was in the hospital dying or dead, damn near. And you ain't think to call his mama? Hey, man.
Good morning.
How you doing? What you think of this so far?
It's hard for me to speak on these topics.
Right.
Because people do too much. They're doing too much talking to a camera instead of matching motherfuckers out of their house.
Well, I feel the same way too, man. I do. You know how I feel about people coming to social media and doing all this talking, but I'm talking about what do you think about the fact that the woman was there for 24 hours with him and had not contacted his family in the hospital is the ones that eventually contacted his mom to let her know what was going on.
It took her 24 hours to get her story together.
Oh damn.
Which
Well, apparently she still ain't get it together.
I mean, from what I'm saying, this is just social media. Some of these women, and this is not all women.
Here we go.
A lot of these women are very, very aggressive and dangerous. They will bust you upside your head, and it be the small ones. Oh, all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because we told them not to hit back, so a lot of stuff we do take. She could have went upside his fucking head and threw him out the car.
I do agree with you now. That whole smoke these women, but I do agree that he may have been injured when he was put out that car. I agree with that part. I do. So yeah, and then too, her, you know, the thing about these type situations is how you behave afterwards that really people look at. Like if it was an accident, you did it on purpose, you didn't do anything wrong or whatever. It's how you behave in the aftermath, right? And when people do guilty shit that make them look guilty, then they look guilty. You know what I'm saying? Like that don't make sense to me.
None of this story makes sense. From when I came in to now, none of the story makes sense.
Okay, so you haven't seen this. You don't know nothing about this. Hey Tanya. No. Okay. All right, let me push.
She said she had to leave to go back to the cabin to get up there, and they make it to the hospital. This on
so you sat there for an hour, for a day, and they let the people tell you nothing, and they called nobody who could have got the answers that were needed. You sat there for 24 hours. This happened on Saturday. On Sunday, the hospital called his mama, not you, the hospital.
I'll give it back to you, and let me back it up, y'all. Even in the midst of Renee going up there, and they make it to the hospital. This on Sunday now. The accident or whatever happened on Saturday at 5 o'clock. So now Renee found out Sunday morning she go to Gainesville. Mashala got the call, tell the family. They went in 6 carloads deep to Gainesville. Even in Gainesville at the hospital, she said she had to leave to go back to the cabin to get their belongings. So she left the hospital with the mama there so Davis could get up there and went back to the cabin to apparently get their stuff. My sister called the cabin man who rented it out. And what he said was he heard about an incident that happened in the cabin. Come on out here, I'll tell you about it. I don't want to talk on the phone, and I'll talk to the police too. They went and did their own investigation at the cabin. And the man said he got a call from one of the other neighbors at the cabin because there's no video about an argument they heard and got so heated. And they said a young lady seemed to be the aggressor. They walked around to the cabin to see what was going on, and they only found by the time they got there, it calmed down. They never saw Dro in sight. They never saw T2 in sight, but they saw her with that boot on her leg because you got a broke ankle. That boot on your leg, dragging them belongings from the cabin to the car, from the cabin to the car. My nephew love you so much, you don't even drive, Lulu. You don't even drive. He said, get on the back seat. I pick you up. I told you, you don't drive. You get on the back seat and lay down so your ankle that was broken can stay healed. That's how he carry you like a princess. Okay, the man told my sister she never came back to this cabin. I rented it out on Saturday. The moment they left, somebody else checked in. She never came back and got their belongings because she already had their belongings. Let me tell you, it ain't making no sense.
One thing about being upset and heated, you tell the story and sometimes it don't make sense. Hey Queen, so she said the girl said that Sunday morning, the girl said she said the girl left the hospital to go back to the cabin to get their belongings. But the cabin owner said he rented that cabin out that Saturday. Y'all, excuse me. Y'all know I hate being confused. Let me go back a little bit.
See, you gotta think like a criminal. A criminal mind. A criminal mind. No, I'm talking about when you listening to this. You know what I'm saying? Which called now when she had to leave back to go get her stuff, she had to get rid of the evidence of the situation of what had happened, whether it was clothes, the weapon, or whatever she used, because it could have blood on her stuff and everything.
Well, that could have been her mindset. But this lady is saying that the cabin owner said they rented that cabin out that Saturday that the shit happened. So that means when she left that cabin, she had already taken the stuff.
Yeah, it was still in her car. She had to get rid of it.
The neighbor said that they saw her dragging the belongings from the cabin, him nowhere in sight. They only saw her taking the things out of the cabin, putting them into the car. But they're gonna say they left Saturday and checked into a hotel list. We'll see. I'm just gonna follow this. I gotta get some understanding.
He heard about an incident that happened in the cabin. Come on now. He had to leave to go back to the cabin to get his video. It happened on Saturday at 5 o'clock. So now Renee found out Sunday morning she go to Gainesville. Marshala got the call, tell the family they went in 6 carloads deep to Gainesville. Even in Gainesville at the hospital, she said she had to leave to go back to the cabin to get their belongings. So she left the hospital with the mama there before Davis could get up there and went back to the cabin to apparently get their stuff. My sister called the cabin man who rented it out. And what he said was he heard about an incident that happened in the cabin. Come on out here, I'll tell you about it. I don't want to talk on the phone, and I'll talk to the police too. They went and did their own investigations at the cabin. And the man said he got a call from one of the other neighbors at the cabin because there's no video about an argument they heard and got so heated, and they said the young lady seemed to be the aggressor. They walked around to the cabin to see what was going on, and they only found by the time they got there, it calmed down. They never saw Dro in sight. They never saw T2 in sight, but they saw her with that boot on her leg because you got a broke ankle. That boot on your leg, dragging them belongings from the cabin to the car. From the cabin to the car. My nephew love you so much you don't even drive, Lulu. You don't even drive. He said, get on the back seat. I pick you up. I told you, you don't drive. You get on the back seat and lay down so your ankle that was broken can stay healed. That's how he take you, carry you like a princess. Okay. The man told my sister she never came back to this cabin. I rented it out on Saturday. The moment they left, somebody else checked in. She never came back and got their belongings because she already had their belongings. Let me tell you, it ain't making no sense. My nephew's skull was fractured so bad. They say the trauma that hit him, that blunt force, broke his skull and caused pieces to go to the front of his temple on both sides. On both sides. Sound like a Hennessy bottle to me, or it sound like something with trauma force that can do your head like that in the back of your head, his back and his head. So let me tell you something. I don't know, and I don't care who don't like my live or who got something to say about Kasha why you did that, because I needed to do that. At the end of the day, nobody ain't in her shoes. We getting attacked back to back. Yes, it is God will. Yes, it's already written. God know how he was gonna take out before he left. But guess what? Somebody need to be held accountable for your actions.
So family members are saying that doctors describe Tyrone's injuries as consistent with serious head trauma. Online posts and family statements specifically mention blunt force trauma to the head and a level of injury they feel doesn't match a simple fall. Now, important, without official medical documents being released publicly, we can't independently confirm every detail, but what we can say is the family is adamant that the explanations they were given don't fit what they were told about his injuries. This was posted to Facebook an hour after the accident. It says, what's going on the intersection of Southwest Archer and I-75 South under the overpass. Drove by a minute ago to see a man laying on the ground with some people helping him. Now there are 4 to 5 cop cars, ambulances, and fire trucks for him, mostly just hoping that the man is okay. Then it says, anonymous participant 961. I was the one that pulled over when I saw him laying in the road. He was breathing and had a pulse at the time, and when the ambulance took him away, the girlfriend mentioned that they were arguing. Then we have this vehicle versus.
Wait a minute, the girlfriend mentioned they were arguing, but I thought the girlfriend was at the gas station. So he was still alive on the side of the road, just injured.
Remember, she had pulled back up and saw him getting in the ambulance, right?
Well, yeah. Thank you, man. See, this is why I be needing you and stuff. I be needing y'all. I be forgetting shit.
I'm triple tasking, but I'm listening.
You always doing something. But look, so yeah, that makes sense. That when she pulled back up, you know what I'm saying? Okay.
I was the one that pulled over when I saw him laying in the road. He was breathing and had a pulse at the time, and when the ambulance took him away, the girlfriend mentioned that they were arguing. Then we have this vehicle versus pedestrian near Southwest Archer Road in the area of the underpass. We have law enforcement responding with us. Caller passing by advising a male patient injured after being hit by a sedan. A sedan versus a male patient. Patient on the ground. The male patient is laying in the middle of the roadway. Caller is blocking him with his vehicle. Law enforcement is responding.
So is it possible that she did let him out the car, and once she let him out the car, somebody hit him? Or did she hit him?
If it's dark out there, it's possible. I mean,
So that's the thing. You have to look at it if this, from what this thing is saying, he was hit by a sedan. So it's possible that he did get out the car. She did let him out the car, and then another car hit him, and then that's when the other car drove by and saw him on the side of the road.
If another car didn't hit him, she pistol whipped him. There's no way in the world you're gonna have skull fracture like that, where a Hennessy bottle wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have this vehicle versus pedestrian near Southwest Archer Road in the area of the underpass.
Now this comes from the dispatch. This comes from this particular right here comes from the dispatch. This is what's coming across on the radio.
This vehicle versus pedestrian near Southwest Archer Road in the area of the underpass. We have law enforcement responding with us. Caller passing by advising a male patient injured after being hit by a sedan. A sedan versus a male patient. Patient on the ground. The male patient is laying in the middle of the roadway. Caller is blocking him with his vehicle. Law enforcement is responding. On Lulu's TikTok under their post, it says something is so off. Watching after the fact, she looks like she loves him. And Lulu says, I do love him with all of my heart. His death was an accident outside of either one of our control. On another post on Facebook, she says, we were truly happy and it was an accident outside of either one of our control. There was no bottle or gun. The autopsy report and witness reports will prove my innocence. People are coming up with their own narrative.
But I'm going to start off with Uno. Thank everybody that's been reaching out, reposting, resharing, also just showing love for his family and the burden that we're carrying, understanding how my nephew went on a vacation and ended up under a bridge. We know when you pulled off in that car, you pulled off with his cell phone, you pulled off with his wallet, and you pulled off with his gun. No man on planet Earth, he had 2 phones, and you pulled off with all his stuff. But one thing I gotta say, yes, we said it started at the hotel.
So it was a gun on the scene? I don't see him
getting out the car without his, if nothing else is fine. She had his gun. I don't see him getting. I don't see him getting out that car conscious and not taking his phone. Not a man. If nothing else, his phone. If nothing else.
Everybody can't come up with the same conclusion. So everybody's saying a gun, and what else was it? Another vehicle?
Huh? What are you saying, man?
From what she's saying, you know, from what she's saying that the witch call is saying in response. The girl is saying in response how everybody's jumping to conclusions. So everybody's conclusion is saying guns and everything else we're saying before we heard it.
Gun, you heard gun because he left his gun in her car. Now she could have hit him with the gun, just like you said. She would be a fool to keep it, but she could have, you know.
That's why she had to leave to go back and get the stuff to get rid of it. Now if they can't find his gun, then the gun is the weapon that was used.
Did they catch the car that hit him? Tanya, we don't know if a car actually hit him. I'm learning this stuff with y'all, and of course I got to update. This is back when it first happened, y'all. So of course it's been, a couple of weeks and some more stuff has come out. But you already know I do the timeline. I go in order, right? So at that time, I don't even know if they knew that, because she keeps saying, and she said it in both of those posts, that this was an accident out of either one of their control. So maybe she's saying he may have got hit by a car. The Lulu character is who I'm talking about. So let's see.
I can't tell y'all, McGuire. I'm gonna when you pulled off in that car, you pulled off with his cell phone, you pulled off with his wallet, and you pulled off with his gun. No man on planet Earth, he had 2 phones, and you pulled off with all his stuff. But one thing I gotta say, yes, we said it started at the hotel. We know that. I can't tell y'all, McGuire. I'm gonna tell y'all, like I said on my Facebook, and if you didn't see it today, I said one thing we do know. We don't know what happened, but we do know he ain't Humpty Dumpty. He ain't sat on the wall and had a great fall. Guess what? I know one thing happened, and whatever it is that happened, we praying that it come forward. I also know y'all left that cabin and y'all went and got a room because y'all checked out the cabin. Y'all got a room. Then you said that you left the room and you went to Papa John's Pizza. Guess what? The detective said,
wait a minute, how the fact? Okay, so somebody mentioned that in the chat that it was gonna be said that they checked out the cabin, which makes sense of the owner re-renting the cabin. But if they checked out the cabin that Saturday and was at a room. Maybe that's what she said she was going back to get their belongings from. Because this woman said the girl said she was going back to the cabin, which would have been a lie because they had already checked out. See, this is why this stuff, it's just too much. People come out here and speak. They had a story all discombobulated. Then, people trying to follow. Oh, okay.
We don't know what happened, but we do know he ain't Humpty Dumpty. He ain't sat on the wall and had a great fall. Guess what? I know one thing happened, and whatever it is that happened, we praying that it come forward. I also know y'all left that cabin and y'all went and got a room because y'all checked out the cabin. Y'all got a room. Then you said that you left the room and you went to Papa John's Pizza. Guess what? The detective said you've been to Papa John's Pizza, and guess what? The Davis family did their own investigation. When they hit Gainesville, you best believe they just told Gainesville streets down for answers. I didn't tell y'all this because my live went dead last time. It was a homeless man under a bridge. Under that same bridge, they found my nephew's body. Let me tell you, say it again, brother. The pizza on the ground flew out the box. The chicken wings flew out the box. So he went to the hotel to check in on camera. He went to the Papa John's Pizza place on camera. And guess what? Everything was working fine. Everything was working by God Almighty power. All bones, all limbs, nothing fractured in his head. He left the Papa John's people. But when he got out that car. When he got out that car. And guess what?
What's happening? So she said the piece in the stuff. Wait a minute, I got to listen. True, wife and mama, girl. See, it be these cases. It be this right here. Okay.
Working by God Almighty power, all bones, all limbs, nothing fractured in his head. He left the Papa John's people. But when he got out that car. When he got out that car, and guess what? Papa John's and the bridge less than 10 minutes apart. So that means, girl, that demon rose up, and you, as soon as that man got back in the car, you started at the cabin, and after y'all got food, you still on that. You still on that. So between Papa John's and the bridge, something had to happen. And I'm gonna tell you, like the homeless man said, by the time he looked over, he barely saw a stagger, and he collapsed. So, okay, I'm gonna run it back. Under that bridge, something happened. I don't know these people in Gainesville. I know a lady that said to me, and shout out to you, ma'am, you said that it's a lot of powerful people you know in Gainesville. Next thing I know, I got a dispatch call saying pedestrian versus sedan. Said a bystander, a vehicle, a passenger, no, this on my page. A passenger saw pedestrian get hit by a vehicle. They said the caller got out because he was in the middle of the road, and caller is blocking pedestrian with their vehicle. Now, why would they be in her Infinity truck? And guess what?
She don't drive.
She don't drive. Her ankle broke. And guess what? Miss Lou ain't Lou. Her name Kiara. Miss Lou is a girlfriend to T2. She's not.
I am earthly confused. I don't like it.
Is there a third person? That's what it's starting to sound.
That's what they got to be saying. They're saying this woman don't drive. And are they saying that her car is the one that hit him?
Boy, she would be snatched up. Man, I would have my family fired up. Them girls would have went and got her. Yes, sir.
Stop that. Man, you got to stop admitting to your
I'm gonna let you know. I'm the last person they tell in the family that anything like this would happen.
I can only imagine.
I'm the last person they tell.
Good morning, Miss Lynn. Blessings to you too, sweetie, as well. Y'all, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know, wife and mama, y'all know I don't like to be confused. I am confused. So now, and this woman right here, she could be a bucket of information if she would just calm down and stop being all over the place. Because she telling some good stuff, but it's just all over the place. So now there's the damn.
She do feel like one of my cousins, man. I want to tell her, shut up, you're giving me a headache.
Oh God.
Next thing I know, I got to do.
Wife and mama said, but her car wasn't a sedan. Right. She had an Infinity truck, right? She said Lulu had an Infinity truck. So I'm like, 3 people. I'm truly confused. Me too.
Dispatch call saying pedestrian versus sedan. Said a bystander, a vehicle, a passenger. No, this on my page. A passenger saw pedestrian get hit by a vehicle. They said the caller got out because he was in the middle of the road and caller is blocking pedestrian with their vehicle. Now, why would they be in her Infinity truck? And guess what?
She don't drive.
She don't drive. Her ankle broke.
And
guess what? Miss Lou ain't Lou. Her name Kiara. Miss Lou is a girlfriend to T2. She's not his wife. And I know it's so much mixed up communication on this situation, but it's okay. I'm going to tell you this. The investigators are doing their job heavy. It's wide open. They're going full force because his family ain't letting up. So we're going to let them do their job. We don't know what happened. We know he Humpty Dumpty, but we're going to get to the bottom of it. And we're going to have patience and wait. Yes, everything is moving by God's power. And it's going to be released in the name of Jesus. We speak that for justice. Not even with that being said. So I'm gonna leave y'all there because that's what we stuck at right now while they do the investigation. Number 2, why did you transfer the money out of his bank account that he said shared with my sister the day after he was pronounced deceased at the hospital? My sister and T2 share a bank account. The account.
Oh,
like I said, true, they would have went and got her.
Oh, girl, Lulu, what? You transferred the money that he shared with, if she said my sister, that means his auntie. You transfer all the money out the account? Wifey, mommy, why you be setting me up like this? Girl. You did, girl, that is stealing, Lulu. That's stealing. If your name wasn't on that, but how did she do it? I'm gonna tell you how she do it. Because if their relationship was anything like me and Tony's, I control that man money. Every account, I ain't gonna say controlled. I'm gonna say had access. I'm gonna put it like that. I ain't gonna say control. I'm gonna say had access, right? So why would you transfer money out of an account that belongs to him and his aunt the day after he's pronounced? Hey, baby Candy. I ain't see you come here, girl. Hold on. She looks like Coach Diana from the... I love her hair. I'm obsessed over her hair. And yeah, I'm obsessed over her hair. I love her hair.
She almost looked like my sister.
Really?
Yeah, her cheeks were a lot chubby.
Yeah, I think she reminds everybody of her auntie or something, or a sister. Yeah. She had them 2 phones working night and day, in my opinion. Oh wow. Okay, let's listen, y'all.
And we're gonna have patient wait. Yes, everything is moving by God's power. And it's going to be released in the name of Jesus. We speak that for justice. Not even with that being said. So I'm going to leave y'all there because that's what we stuck at right now while they do the investigation. Number 2, why did you transfer the money out of his bank account that he said shared with my sister the day after he was pronounced deceased at the hospital? My sister and T2 share a bank account. The account is on 0, and it shows the money was transferred to his single account by himself. You got access to his cell phone. You got access to his bank account. If you ain't money hungry and desperate, and you got all access to everything he got, we ain't worried about no worldly possessions. We screaming justice over here. We want justice over here. It ain't about the money. He got $1 million wardrobe. He got a son. You think we give a darn about a clothes? We would rather have my nephew here. We would rather have my nephew with breath in his body. If you ask me, I'm gonna tell you real quick. I said he should have dusty rolled in the car, fired on the shoulder mouth, took the domestic violence charge, and then just bonded out. But he's not that guy. He's not that guy. No, I'm letting him know he's not that guy. He's not a woman abuser. He ain't gonna put his hand on a woman. But I was thinking every scenario, maybe she didn't do it. And I know one thing for sure. Not only that, let me say this. She put the account to 0. Yeah. But this is what I want y'all to think about. If all family mourning and all family really going through all kind of anger and emotions, and y'all can hear it.
Hey, pause real quick.
My nephew is a big deal, but all family.
Go ahead.
Now check this. They saying that she can't drive, and he would put her across the back seat. So that means she would have to be sitting behind him if somebody else was driving, because she wasn't driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hit him in the head with a pistol.
She would be behind him. Just saying.
I want y'all to think about it. If all family mourning and all family really going through all kind of anger and emotions, and y'all can hear it in me, and it is real. By my nephew, it's a big deal. By all family members, it's a big deal. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this with everything in me. This woman got the nerve to think she gonna come to his funeral. That's the daddy. That's why you think you gonna come to his funeral. I think you better get a rain check, baby. I think you need a rain check. Cause when I tell you, this ain't what you want.
Tell her come she can sit between me and my sister. She can come.
Listen, one thing about it, two things for sure. That ain't what you want. God ain't even gonna
the red cups for me. You know, mad.
Now they looking like they ready to party. Get that nigga.
No. They look to me like they ready to beat ass.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the party.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying, it's the red cups for me, man. It's the red cups. You know the red cups. Oh, baby, buddy. What you say, man? Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
That you ain't coming to that funeral, Lulu. No.
Girl, you ain't got balls like that anyway. So I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. All right, sister. I respect that.
Come
so let me calm
down. Wait a minute, I feel bad laughing. This man is gone, but if even the family laughing. But look, now you did wipe him mom and say cups in the air. Oh, Jesus. Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, they deep, Lady Marie. That's that Southern. They ain't Florida. Good, that's that Southern thing. Baby, the family be deep. You hear me? When you got, and a lot of people down here in the South, they got huge families, honey. Mm-hmm. Huge families. You know, and you don't want to mess with them. Just saying.
That ain't what you want. God ain't even gonna allow that. Girl, you ain't got balls like that anyway. So I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. All right, sister. I respect that. So let me calm down. Let me calm down. So guess what? We one voice, we one sound. That's all I want to say. And also, before I pass this phone, sister, what you said? Cause what you said? If the roles were reversed, my nephew would have been booked under the jailhouse. One thing you could tell them people, her family members, her mama, he wouldn't have left her. Say that again. He wouldn't have left her. If the roles was reversed, then it would have been in booking before he could have even made a step from the gas station to the hospital. But T2 is not that guy. His heart too good. He loved her too much. And then for you to show your love, if not any other time, now was the time. The lies, the lies, the lies. That's what we got a problem with. All the lies. This is my big brother, Big Ty. When I tell you, I respect everybody who making their post. Y'all content creators trying to make y'all money do what y'all do. Y'all, it's fine. It's positive. Y'all forcing justice for T2, draw whatever. But y'all kind of taking it a little too far. Somebody posted my dad in the casket. We not too long ago lost my dad. Come on, y'all doing a little too much. Some people need to check themselves before they wreck themselves. It's going a little out of hand. But I respect everybody who got love for us and gave us. Thank you for what we going through. Yeah.
Hey, listen, y'all, I want to thank all y'all who've been sharing. You know, I don't care about nothing but what belongs to me. Materials, you know, possessions. My son worked for that. You know, this family raised him right. You know, for him to accomplish all the goals that he did. It's more than a son to me. You know, right now I'm walking in the spirit, you know, called the flesh, my guts on the ground. Everyone for this right here. Everyone for this here, y'all. Everyone for this. I don't know where I'd be right now. You know, I ain't asking for nobody to throw nobody under the bus. And I want to say thank y'all, you know, but I do deserve to know, you know, justice for my son. You feel me? Right now at the time, you know, you know, the cricket letter I, cause we was about that. You feel me? Right now, all I ask for, just give me what belongs to me. That's answers to my son. We ain't caring about no possessions. We ain't even worry about no bank accounts, cause we gonna handle that. You know, if y'all seen the candlelight, y'all want to come out, you know, and share that, please support, please share. You know, if you see anything positive, we ain't trying to bash nobody. Want to speak on behalf of me and the rest of the foundation. You know, we just want justice. Because at the end of the day, when they give us, you know, whatever they have, you know, that they come to a conclusion with, it ain't going to heal that wound. I don't wish this on nobody. You know, I done cried. I woke up in the graveyard with my daddy, you know, because I needed answers. I'm asking the Lord, you feel me, to just hold on me. Tyrone, I'm seeing, but I don't exist right now. There's the spirit in me. That's the only thing to keep me afloat. You feel me? And, you know, for everybody out there, to have a son or a daughter, teach them don't trust no motherfucking body. You feel me? And that's respectfully. Because at the end of the day, never thought this. We embrace people. And I ain't going to put it on my tongue to call no name. But at the end of the day, you see this here?
And they got to go too.
And I can look all out the door.
Yes. Yeah, that a whole yard, a whole
500 plus. We speak in numbers. I'm just asking y'all to share anything, you know what I'm saying, this push of positivity to help me and this foundation over here, this David Strong Village, get closure and answers. That's all I ask for. What more can a father ask for? I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
I want to
shout out to his dad. He spoke well. He ain't spoke no ignorant shit. He ain't speak no revenge shit. He spoke family. You know what I'm saying? And justice. Shout out to his daddy. Shout out to his, and that man, y'all hear how he talking? He can't breathe. He can't breathe. When I say when he can't breathe, when your child lose breath, you that man, he barely talking. He barely talking.
I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
I want to clearly say this speculation can harm investigations, but pressure for transparency, especially when a family is grieving, can also be a part of how cases get attention. So if you have firsthand information, report it to the proper authorities. And if you don't, focus on amplifying verified updates and supporting the family respectfully. It seems like Dro was an excellent father, provider, friend, family member. I pray for this family. I pray that they're able to cope. I pray that they're able to get through the service. And most importantly, I pray that they get answers. What I need to do is hear from you. What do you think about everything going on with this story involving Tyrone Davis Jr. and Miss Lulu? Leave a comment, and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later.
Shout out to Chronicle Speaks. That was an excellent video. I shared it on my wall, y'all. Let me see what I want to do next. She do have there's an update video that I'm gonna get into, but I want to see if I want to react to another content creator, because y'all know with each one of these videos is always something different. I don't think so, Tanya, but I'm gonna research it when I get off of here. I don't think so. Trying to see y'all. Shadow crime, the true homicide, the new twist in Tyrone Davis case. Let's try this one. And I'm gonna share this one out too as well, y'all. Let's try this.
If you ain't got nothing conscious, tell the truth.
Of course, they're gonna be some redundant. You know, we're gonna hear her. Wait a minute. No, I'm not listening to all that over. I skipped through that because we watched all of that. I just want to see if anything new is in this. Now, this one was released not too long after he passed too as well.
What happened? God gonna reveal the truth. Them the is gonna reveal the truth. My family don't even wish know the truth about it, and you
exchange gifts. He never returned home. Instead, Tyrone Davis Jr., known to thousands as Stepdaddy Dro or T2, was found under a bridge in Gainesville, Florida, with severe trauma to his skull that fractured his head so badly that bone fragments penetrated both temples. His girlfriend would return home alone, with conflicting stories about what happened that night. She had his phones, all of them. She had his wallet. She had his guns. And according to his family, within 24 hours of him being pronounced dead at the hospital, she had cleared out his bank account, transferring every dollar while homicide crime, where we dive deep into cases that demand answers and justice.
Shout out to homicide crime, y'all. I'm going to share the video out on my wall. Y'all go check them out. All right.
About true crime and want to stay updated on cases like Tyrone's, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This family is fighting for justice, and by sharing this story, you become part of that fight. The Davis family needs your voice, your shares, and your support to keep pressure on this investigation. Let's get into it. The Davis family is no ordinary family. They are a tight-knit group that doesn't just come together for funerals or tragedies. They celebrate together, they mourn together, and when one of their own is hurting, they all feel that pain. In early January 2025, they gathered by the hundreds at their family home in Broward County, Florida. Over 500 people filled the yard, spilling onto the streets, DJs playing music in tribute, children running around while adults tried to make sense of the senseless. They were all there for one reason, to demand justice for Tyrone Davis Jr. The man they called T2 wasn't just another young man from Florida. He was a content creator with a growing following, a motivational speaker who inspired people daily, a YouTuber whose positive energy was infectious, and a long-haul truck driver who worked hard for everything he did.
Tanya, we just talked about that. The auntie just said it. Said, like, she said right after he was pronounced deceased, she cleared out a bank account that he shared with his aunt.
He was a father to 2 children, Eli and Chloe, and he loved them fiercely. Those who knew him described him as someone who walked into a room and lit it up with his smile, the same smile his mother said they shared. Tyrone treated everyone the same, whether you were struggling on the streets or sitting in a mansion. His heart was pure, and his love was unconditional. He walked different, talked different, lived different. God made him special, his family would say repeatedly, and anyone who encountered him knew it immediately. Tyrone's relationship with his girlfriend, who the family refers to as Lulu though her real name is Kira, appeared to be everything a modern love story should be. They documented their relationship extensively on social media, sharing intimate moments, romantic getaways, and elaborate gift exchanges that would make anyone believe this was true love. In December 2025, just weeks before the tragedy, Tyrone posted, "I'll never let this world rob me from being a lover boy. I'm a forever shine and stand behind mine." He celebrated their anniversary, referring to his girlfriend as his wifey for lifey, treating her like the blessing she was, though the family later clarified they were not legally married. His girlfriend reciprocated publicly, posting in August 2023 about how she felt at home with him, how each time they locked eyes it reminded her she had everything she needed. In March 2025, she wrote, "Baby, I can't wait for the moment and the day that I can officially say that I'm your wife." Their social media was filled with videos of elaborate gift exchanges, romantic gestures, and declarations of eternal love that seemed genuine and pure.
Oh my Lord. Thank you.
Bro, what the fuck? I just been telling you I need to take those in boxes, bro. That's crazy. God, you so attentive.
So I got you your own little Valentine's Day basket. I never did this before. So I said, let me get my baby this stuff that he needs.
That's crazy.
Isn't this perfect?
Like, give me bro, you so fucking attentive. You raw as fuck. This was at the you had.
Yeah, I was hoping you remember it from last year.
No, that's crazy. Bro, oh my God.
So look and see what you got.
Please, tank tops. I need towels and rat cups.
What else you got?
I just told you I need. Oh,
that was when I was picking it up for you. Remember, I was like, I was picking it up for you.
Oh, shit. You got my.
You know you love your old
baby. All shrimp and salmon.
We got your seasonings. We don't have your other ones anymore, so we got to start over. Look, what else you got?
Hold on, bro. I know this ain't no Nike.
Yes, I got you a new on the road hoodie. And look, did you pick the gray theme? How I went with the gray.
In one particularly touching video from Valentine's Day, Tyrone's girlfriend surprised him with multiple gifts showing incredible attention to detail. A new Nike hoodie in the gray theme matching his car, tank tops, towels and washcloths he'd mentioned needing, seasoning for cooking. His reaction was genuine, almost speechless with appreciation. "Bro, you so attentive," he said, genuinely moved by her thoughtfulness. The girlfriend had recently had surgery and was wearing a boot for a broken ankle. In videos from that time, Tyrone was incredibly attentive, making sure she was comfortable, helping her with everything, showing the kind of care that made people believe this was real love. These weren't staged moments for the camera. By all accounts, this was who Tyrone was, a man who loved openly and wasn't afraid to show it. But as Tyrone's aunt would later say on a tearful Facebook Live, there's a thin line between love and hate. And that line would be crossed on a cold December night in Gainesville, Florida. The couple had planned a Christmas getaway to a cabin in Gainesville, a city about 4 hours north of their home in Broward County. It was supposed to be a romantic escape, a chance to celebrate the holidays away from everyday life. They checked into the cabin, and for most of the week, everything seemed fine. But on Saturday, late in the afternoon, something changed catastrophically. According to what Tyrone's girlfriend allegedly told the family, on Saturday around 4 or 5 p.m., she and Tyrone were driving when they got into a disagreement. The nature of this argument has never been fully explained. The girlfriend claimed that during the argument, Tyrone asked her to let him out of the car. She said she stopped the vehicle and he got out. Then she drove away, leaving him on the side of the road in a city where he had no family, no friends, no support system. She drove to a gas station about 5 minutes away, claiming she thought he needed time to cool off and would walk to meet her. But Tyrone never showed up. Instead, within those 5 minutes, the girlfriend saw ambulances rushing past, then police vehicles. Something was terribly wrong. She returned to find Tyrone being loaded into an ambulance, his body broken and his life hanging by a thread.
Tyrone Davis Jr. drove that nigga. Stepdaddy drove. We call him T2. However, y'all know my nephew. So I tell you, at the hood, a lot of y'all Anthony is. And if y'all do celebrate it with a good heart, gifts and loving and just doing things out of the ordinary, unusual things to make her happy. Now I'm gonna tell y'all this. For one, he was in that cabin all week till Saturday. So this is it is God will. Yes, it's already written. God know how he was gonna check out before he left here. But guess what? Somebody need to be held accountable for your actions.
What happened in those 5 minutes would become the central mystery. Tyrone Davis Jr. was found under a bridge on Archer Road in Gainesville. According to the family's investigation, a homeless man living under that same bridge witnessed something that night. The homeless man told the family he saw someone stagger briefly before collapsing. The family also learned that a dispatch call came in reporting a pedestrian versus sedan incident, with a caller stating they saw a pedestrian get hit by a vehicle. When Tyrone was found, he had...
It sounds like to me, honestly, if he was staggering when he got out the car, something was wrong with him when he got out the car. Now, by him being disoriented once getting out of that car, he could have been hit after getting out of the car. But when he got out of that car, he was...
I'm starting to think he didn't get hit. Because how that was broke down just then, it's not like whoever was passing by was actually seeing the nurse attending to him. You get what I'm saying? If the nurse stopped, if the nurse had stopped and helped them and stuff, whoever was passing by on the other side, it would have probably looked like they had hit him with the car when actually they had the lights on them.
Yeah, that makes sense too, man. Yeah, that makes sense too. But he was definitely not okay when he got out of that car. He was not okay. My question is, if she didn't drive and she had a whole boot on her foot, I don't know which foot, but if she didn't drive, who drove? If she put, listen, if he was the driver, y'all, if he was the driver and he got out of the car, why would he say, let me out of the car? If he's the driver, he don't have to say, let me out of the car. He just stopped the car, right? And he get out. He stopped the car and get out. So if she's saying he said, let me out of the car, that means she's saying she was driving. But why would she be driving? Because the way the auntie is saying, since she had that boot on her leg, she don't even be in the front seat. She be in the back. Because see, when you have a boot on your leg, you know what I'm saying? See, that whole letting him out the car thing don't make sense to me. Unless he was already injured. Maybe.
Didn't they say she had people in Gainesville?
I didn't hear that part. They could have. I just didn't hear it. You know, you had to remind me of something else. Because the police would figure out if he was hit. I wonder if there's cameras around. I know they said it wasn't cameras at the cabin, which to me, honestly, that's weird. That's an Airbnb or a cabin. I couldn't imagine that place being a rental place and not having cameras. That's weird. You know, these people, these Airbnbs and everything, they have cameras. If not outside, if not inside the house anywhere, at least outside. You know what I mean? But
it's illegal to have cameras on the inside of an Airbnb.
Well, I can guarantee you most have cameras on the outside.
Oh, remember
that case? Remember that case we watched? I think it was the Fulio. Was it Fulio? When they had the girl standing outside the Airbnb ringing the bell. They had cameras on the outside. Yeah, they're going to at least have cameras on the outside. Yeah, but this is crazy. I'm thinking about the story of him saying, let him out the car when he is the one that usually driving. That something ain't right. Something ain't right, y'all. All right, let's see.
Tyrone Davis Jr. was found under a bridge on Archer Road in Gainesville. According to the family's investigation, a homeless man living under that same bridge witnessed something that night. The homeless man told the family he saw someone stagger briefly before collapsing. The family also learned that a dispatch call came in reporting a pedestrian versus sedan incident, with a caller stating they saw a pedestrian get hit by a vehicle. When Tyrone was found, he had no identification, no wallet, no phone, and Tyrone always carried multiple phones, the family emphasized. He had no guns, despite usually carrying two. The only things found with him were pizza and chicken wings from Papa John's, scattered on the ground. The family confirmed through investigation.
Where in the fuck was the pizza and the wings out there on the ground with him, y'all? Remember they had left Papa John's and went to Papa John's. Why in the fuck is the pizza and the wings outside on the ground with him?
Because he got pushed out with him. It was on his lap.
Man, come on, bro. Like, you mean tell me he gonna say put me out the car and he ain't gonna grab his phone, his guns, his wallet. He grabbing the wings and the pistol. Are we okay? Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Phones, the family emphasized. He had no guns, despite usually carrying two. The only things found with him were pizza and chicken wings from Papa John's, scattered on the ground. The family confirmed through investigation that Tyrone had been captured on camera at a hotel in Papa John's earlier that evening. On those cameras, he appeared perfectly fine, walking normally, no injuries, fully functional. Papa John's and the bridge were less than 10 minutes apart. Something catastrophic happened in that short window. Tyrone was rushed to the hospital as a John Doe. A couple stopped to help. The wife was a nurse and performed CPR. But the damage was too severe. He was brain dead from blunt force trauma to the back of his skull. This is where the story takes a darker turn. The girlfriend was at the hospital but never called Tyrone's family. For 24 hours, she sat there while Tyrone lay dying and never picked up the phone. The hospital finally called Tyrone's mother on Sunday morning, a full day after the incident. But before that, the girlfriend had called Tyrone's stepmother, Renee. This is where the stories began to change, shift, and contradict. Each had called Tyrone's mother on Sunday morning, a full day after the incident. But before that, the girlfriend had called Tyrone's stepmother, Renee. This is where the stories began to change.
So Renee is the stepmama. I was thinking Renee was the mama. So she called the stepmama? She called the stepmama?
Shift,
Oh, this is
contradict each other in ways
premeditated.
that drive the family to May. This is where the stories began to change, shift, and contradict each other in ways that would drive the family to the edge of sanity. In the first version, she told Renee that Tyrone fell at a gas station and bumped his head. This made no sense if she'd let him out on the side of the road. When Renee received this call Sunday morning, she drove to Gainesville but didn't immediately alert the Davis family. Eventually Renee called Ms. Charlotte, who alerted the Davis family. 6 carloads of family members immediately drove to Gainesville. By the time they arrived, the story had changed again. Multiple versions emerged, each different from the last. He jumped out while the car was moving 25 miles per hour, or he tripped while getting out, or he simply fell. The stories kept changing, shifting, morphing into different versions that couldn't all be true. The family's frustration grew with each new version. Accidents happen, they acknowledged, but the lies were unbearable. At the hospital, doctors gave the family a devastating choice. Tyrone was brain dead. If the family could get him to show any sign of life, they'd stop the tests and take him to surgery. The family gathered around his bedside, begging him to show them something, anything, a twitch of a finger, a flutter of an eyelid, any indication that their beloved T2 was still fighting. But Tyrone showed nothing. His brain was too damaged. After all their prayers and pleas, Tyrone Davis Jr. was pronounced dead. While the family was reeling from this loss, they discovered something that added insult to injury. Tyrone and his sister had shared a bank account. The day after he was pronounced dead.
Oh, so his sister. So that lady must be his sister. So, because she said Tyrone and my sister, so she must be. I'm just all discombobulated, but he shared a bank account with his sister. That's the bank account she wiped out. Now, why in the fuck would you be wiping out a bank account with him and his sister name on it?
That's what make it look premeditated.
That's stealing. You stole.
Gold digger.
You stole.
Tyrone Davis Jr. was pronounced dead. While the family was reeling from this loss, they discovered something that added insult to injury. Tyrone and his sister had shared a bank account. The day after he was pronounced dead, while his body was still in the hospital, while his family was making funeral arrangements, while they were trying to figure out how to tell his children that their father was never coming home, someone accessed that account and transferred all the money out. The account was drained to zero. Every single dollar was gone. The girlfriend had access to his phone and bank accounts. When confronted, the family asked, if you weren't money hungry, why transfer money from a dead man's account before his family even knew he was gone? The girlfriend allegedly defended herself in comments, saying Tyrone's passing was an accident caused by factors outside of me or his control. This satisfied no one.
About this situation. So I want to tell y'all this. Let me see. Understanding how my nephew went on a vacation and ended up under a bridge. We know when you pulled off in that car, you pulled off with his cell phone, you pulled off with his wallet, and you pulled off with his gun. No man on planet Earth
dragging belongings to the car. This detail was never a hint.
But with his gun. No man on planet Earth. Yeah, he had 2 phones, and you pulled off with all his stuff. But one.
The Davis family began their own investigation. They went to Gainesville and spoke to everyone they could find. The cabin owner told them he'd received a call from neighbors during the couple's stay. The neighbors reported hearing a heated argument, with the young lady appearing to be the aggressor. When neighbors checked, things had calmed but they never saw Tyrone. They only saw the girlfriend with her boot, dragging belongings to the car. This detail was significant because Tyrone had been extremely protective during her recovery. He wouldn't let her drive, told her to lie down so her ankle could heal, treated her like a princess. Yet after that night, she packed everything, loaded the car, and drove 4 hours home, all with a broken ankle. The cabin owner revealed she never returned for belongings after the incident because she already had everything. This contradicted her story about leaving the hospital to retrieve their things. They checked out of the cabin Saturday, got a hotel room, then went to Papa John's. All captured on camera with Tyrone appearing healthy. The family described the type of injury Tyrone sustained. The skull fracture was so severe it caused bone fragments to penetrate both front temples, not typical of a simple fall. Aunt Tasha suggested what might cause such an injury, a Hennessy bottle or similar object that could deliver that kind of traumatic force. The family's theory was something happened at the cabin or in the car after getting food. Between Papa John's and that bridge, Tyrone went from perfectly fine to fatally injured in under 10 minutes.
I want y'all to share it because we're seeking justice, for my son until he gets the answers. Please share it. If you do go on social media, we're not asking for no negativity or bash nobody. We just want answers.
Amen.
We're not spoken. Thank y'all for the love, but it's hard to breathe right now.
Yeah.
David strong.
Amen.
As the family spoke out on social media.
Thank you, Miss Ann. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you, love. Can't they get her? Of course. I think the sister absolutely could file charges because if her name was on that bank account, that's her money and her brother's. The sister can definitely get her.
Thousands began following the case. Justice for T2 started trending. People who'd followed Tyrone's journey, been inspired by his motivational speaking, watched him love so openly, were now demanding answers. Tyrone's father, Tyrone Davis Sr., who'd already lost 2 other sons, spoke with profound grief. He said his son worked for everything, that the family raised him right. This was more than a son to him.
Can you imagine losing 3 sons? I don't know if that was all that. Well, I guess he got a sister, but damn, losing 3 sons?
Felt like he was walking in the spirit because his flesh couldn't handle the pain. His guts were on the ground. Only his faith kept him afloat. He made clear he wasn't asking for material things. What he wanted, what he deserved, were answers. Welcomed them, and look where it got them. They never thought this could happen.
Hold on, y'all. They hit buffer for a minute. I stopped it so y'all can see.
The family announced details about memorial plans and continued speaking out. They revealed the girlfriend made posts suggesting she'd attend Tyrone's funeral. This enraged them. The family was united. The girlfriend would not be welcome at Tyrone's funeral. After everything, the lies, inconsistencies, leaving him under that bridge, allegedly draining his bank account. They couldn't fathom her showing up to mourn publicly. They pointed out the disparity. If roles were reversed, if Tyrone had been the one to leave his girlfriend on the side of the road and she ended up under a bridge with catastrophic injuries, he would have been arrested immediately. But because he was the victim, no arrests had been made. Beyond anger and grief, a persistent question haunted everyone. What really happened that night? The family posed scenarios, trying to make sense of it. Even in grief, even suspecting foul play, they maintained Tyrone would never have been violent toward his girlfriend. The case gained traction on social media. While the family appreciated support, some content creators went too far, posting sensitive images. The family asked for respect while continuing to demand justice. The family thanked everyone for support and love, asking them to continue pushing the issue, sharing posts, praying. They believed somebody out there knows something. They were raised with certain values. Pray together, stay together, and when you leave with somebody, you come back with them. She made it back. He didn't. They need to know why. If she could give answers, they'd have to accept them. But her answers don't make sense. The family opened their inboxes, accepting friend requests from strangers, hoping someone had information. They encouraged people to contact Gainesville or Alachua police if they didn't feel comfortable reaching out directly. Tyrone's young son Eli keeps asking what happened to his daddy, and the family can't answer. This breaks their hearts daily. But they promise to continue seeking answers and justice. The family announced a candlelight vigil for January 10th from 3 to 6 p.m. at Oswald Park in Broward County, inviting everyone from anywhere, New York, Atlanta, other countries. They need answers, prayers, love, and community support. Tyrone Sr. specifically called on the car club and donk community that his son was part of to come out and support, to help push this movement for justice. The family has coined Davis Strong for their movement, representing their unity, resilience, and determination to get justice. They chant it together, hundreds of voices united.
As of early January 2025,
the investigation into Tyrone Davis Jr.'s death remains open. No arrests.
2026. That's a mistake, but January 2026, not 25.
Have been made. No charges have been filed. The girlfriend has not been named as a suspect, though the family has made their suspicions clear. She has reportedly stayed silent since the family began speaking out, not responding publicly to the allegations beyond the initial comment about it being an accident. The Gainesville Police Department and Alachua County authorities have not made public statements about this case. According to the family, detectives have told them the investigation is wide open and they are working on it, but no official press conferences have been held. It's unclear whether this is being investigated as a homicide, an accidental death, or something in between. This lack of official information has frustrated the family and the online community. Without official statements, without arrest records or court documents, everything the public knows comes from the family's account. While their grief is undeniably real and their questions legitimate, the absence of official information leaves many details unconfirmed. What we know for certain, Tyrone Davis Jr., a 35-year-old content creator, motivational speaker, and father of two, went on a Christmas vacation with his girlfriend to Gainesville, Florida. He was captured on camera, healthy and uninjured, at a hotel in Papa John's Pizza on Saturday evening in late December 2024. Less than 10 minutes later, he was found under a bridge on Archer Road with catastrophic head trauma. He was pronounced brain dead and later died at the hospital. His girlfriend was the last person known to be with him, and according to his family, she has given multiple conflicting accounts of what happened. The cruel irony is that Tyrone's openness, his willingness to love without reservation, may have contributed to his tragedy. If the family's suspicions are correct, if something sinister did happen that night, then Tyrone's trust and love were betrayed in the worst possible way. This case represents something that happens far too often in true crime, a death that leaves more questions than answers, a family demanding justice, and a system that moves slowly while those left behind suffer. For those watching this case unfold, it serves as a sobering reminder about several things. Social media only shows what people want us to see, and even perfect-seeming relationships can hide darkness. Love alone isn't always enough to keep us safe. Families deserve answers when they lose loved ones under suspicious circumstances. And true crime isn't just about solving puzzles, it's about real people whose lives have been forever changed by tragedy. Tyrone Davis Jr. was only 35 when he died. He had so much life ahead, so many dreams yet to fulfill. His children will grow up without their father. His parents have lost their son. His extended family has lost someone who brought light and laughter to every gathering. And his online community has lost a positive voice in a world that desperately needs more positivity. The family asks that if you have any information about what happened to Tyrone Davis Jr. on that Saturday evening in late December 2024, please contact the Gainesville Police Department, the Alachua County Police Department, or reach out to the Davis family directly through their social media pages. Every piece of information, no matter how small it might seem, could be the key to unlocking the truth about what happened that night. They are not asking for money or material things. They are asking for shares, for support, for prayers, and most importantly, for answers. They are asking for justice for T2, for stepdaddy Dro, for Tyrone Davis Jr., a son, a father, a nephew, a cousin, a friend, and a man who loved with his whole heart. The Davis family will not stop fighting until they have the truth. They will not let Tyrone's case fade into obscurity. They will keep his name alive, keep sharing his story, keep demanding answers until justice is served. Because that's what families do. That's what love demands. That's what Tyrone deserves. If this case has touched you, if you believe in justice for Tyrone, share this story. Use the hashtag #JusticeForT2. Keep his name.
Shout out to this channel, the homicide, true homicide crime. I shared them out on my wall. All right, this is gonna be the last one we get into, and this is my girl. I like this. I think her name is Shanitra Speaks. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, y'all. But I'm gonna share her out.
Detectives say their initial investigation determined Davis did.
This is the most recent. I think this was released or uploaded on yesterday, y'all. So these are gonna. This one is gonna give us much. I can't even get this shit out. This one is gonna give us more updated information. Okay, and of course we may see some things that we've already saw, which comes along with that. But yeah, this is gonna be the one we ended on, but we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna share her channel out on my wall. Y'all go over there and check her out.
Detectives say their initial investigation determined Davis did jump out of a moving vehicle while in traffic, saying he sustained significant injuries to his head. After a few days at the hospital, he died.
Will be listed on the death certificate as the cause of death. That is pending. So that means we're awaiting additional information. So the autopsy report is not complete. The autopsy is complete. That is the examination that we performed. That has been completed. And
Come on, now. Y'all got too many cameras out here. This just ain't no regular highway where people just.
Wait a minute, somebody done went to the place, to the under the bridge or wherever where there was cameras. See, this is what people got to realize, and I say this just like I was talking to my oldest daughter, and I explained to her, because we was talking about the pastor, remember? You know, the pastor who we just talked about that was unalived by his wife, and I was telling her, when it comes to justice and when it comes to investigations and when it comes to protocol, when it comes to investigations, there is a protocol. And I explained to her because she was like, Mama, how was she not charged? And I was like, listen, just because somebody is not initially arrested, okay? Just because somebody is not initially arrested does not mean that they will not be eventually arrested. I had to give her, I said, listen, look at first I went back to the Kurt Frost's son case. Now, he was not initially arrested, and he was found, that he was actually acting in self-defense, right? Let's go back to the Ramika Meeks case that's still ongoing. Holly Johnson was not originally arrested. That girl was on the street for months before now she's locked up. They did not arrest her that day. They did not arrest her that next day, right? But eventually, after the investigation, that woman got arrested and she's locked up on no bond right now. Just like with the pastor. His wife was not initially arrested. Does not mean a week, a month, 2 months from now that she won't be arrested. Because the police are still, people don't get it that there has to be an investigation. And just because they don't up and arrest somebody right there in the moment don't mean that person won't be arrested. With this right here, just because she gave them a story, and for now the story is the story, they have to investigate. They are gonna investigate. And see the thing about police, when they investigating, they're not gonna give the public a play-by-play of what's going on, what they found, and what's gonna happen. They're not giving that. Next thing you know, either the person is vindicated or the person is arrested. They're not gonna give a play-by-play because you hear them say it all the time on these crime shows and everything else. We can't speak on an open investigation. Because why would they do that? Why would they tell the public what they find and so the killer can get a heads up? So they're not gonna say anything. So even with this one, what people got to realize is this: no, she might not be arrested now. She might not be arrested tomorrow or next month if she's guilty, or if they find that she may be guilty. But if the investigation proves that something went on, she will be arrested. Yes, if they mess up, they can be found innocent because of mistakes. Absolutely. All right, let's listen.
You just come on, get on the highway, man. This a busy ass highway. This be a
wait, that is the examination that we performed.
Then
It will be listed on the death certificate as the cause.
They don't even have a conclusive autopsy. That's a huge part of how they investigate. On how the coroner determines that he got those injuries. Because believe it or not, the coroner can tell whether or not that guy got them injuries by being hit by a car or being hit in the back of the head with a gun. They can tell the difference. They absolutely can. So you can hear somebody. Go ahead.
About how this story sounds, if I was the cops, I would just sit back and let her trip over herself. Because, I mean, just hearing the story, the way it is now, if they heard it the same way, oh, she gonna trip. she gonna do it to herself.
Well, that's a lot of mistakes people make. They talk too much. And then, too, like I said, when you gave that initial story, and then after that story is changed, something ain't right. And then not only is your story changing, you doing shit that only a guilty. I mean, like, why would you clear out his money? Why would you take all of his money? That wasn't yours. Even though y'all were together, y'all probably, y'all money. I'm sure if the man had an account with his sister, he had an account with her.
I bet you's another dude in the background.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's listen.
Death that is pending. So that means we're awaiting additional information. So the autopsy report is not complete. The autopsy is complete. That is the examination that we performed. That has been completed. And
come on now. Y'all got too many cameras out here. This ain't no regular highway where people just come on, get on the highway, man. This a busy ass highway. This be 100,000.
Skull busted open. The back of his head busted open. That wasn't natural. And also they had already.
See, she be putting up receipts. Let me see if I can read this. Let me see if I can read what's up here on the screen. Hold on. Of course, this probably from social media. Let me take a picture and see if I can blow it up. Oh Lord, it's like, I see why everybody talking about this one. This is something else. Hold on. All right, so this says, damn, it's blurry. I ain't gonna be able to read that. Oh, wait a minute. The mother family had all y'all. Wait a minute. The mother family had y'all buy her T-shirts with the wrong death date because they wasn't there. The mom left and went back to Lauderdale that night, and the dad what? The dad something. This is blurry. I can't read this. Wait a minute. Hold on. That night, and the dad something. When they pronounced him dead. Damn it! I can't. Let me see.
It says the dad's side.
Can you read that whole thing for me, man? I'm sure you got
a little bit. It's kind of blurry. Let me step into here.
Let me see if I can see it on this screen. Hold on. The mom left and went back to Lauderdale that night, and the dad's side, whatever. I can't get that part. Damn.
Was by his side when they pronounced him dead. Yeah, that's what it says. The dad's side was by his side when they pronounced him dead. 12/29/25. I thought they said this was on 24th.
This just happened, man. The incident happened on the 27th. He died on the 29th.
Watch what the obituaries say.
What?
Dad something. No, I was reading down.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Dad something then favored and left the breathing tube in so they could drive up and see him the following day. And if the dad side such bad people, these people can't write. They write like high type. Which go people, but we all got out. They're in the street doing car washes to bury the first child. I was never the mom. We had a issue with y'all. The division came when
don't even worry about it, man.
I gotta pause that many times to catch up.
Man, oh man. Okay. Ooh, I can't. Let me see.
Ooh, that made me sweat. Well, made me feel like I couldn't read.
I can't make it work that hard the way you sweat. Let's just see what she got to say.
It determined that went from.
You just come on, get on the highway, man. This a busy ass highway. This be 100,000.
Skull busted open. The back of his head busted open. That wasn't natural. And also, they had already determined that went from jumping out no vehicle. So we already know that.
New details have come out in the death of 35-year-old Tyrone Davis Jr. and making it clear that this case is far from over. As more questions come up, the family itself is divided. The father side has been vocal about wanting justice, while the mother side is saying the investigation needs to play out before any conclusions are drawn.
At the end of the day, the Davis family ain't never seen him as a dollar. So, of course, we're screaming justice for my cousin. We don't want his money, but we want the truth. Don't nobody know what happened, but we know them two. The only ones was there, and they can say she ain't do it. Then they did it simple. That's crazy how the families are divided, though. That's crazy.
Or foul play is assumed. And while all of this is happening publicly, there's another reality that can't be ignored. Tyrone's mother is now preparing to bury her third and final son. She already lost 2 sons before him. Now, while much of the conversation has centered around Lulu, Tyrone's alleged girlfriend, and the last known person to be with him before his death, Lulu has now spoken out again And the mother of Tyrone's children has also spoken publicly. But before we get into those statements and the developments surrounding this case, I want to take a step back. If you're not familiar with what happened, I'm going to play a short clip from his aunt that walks through the timeline. Listen to this.
My nephew went on a Christmas vacation for a week at a cabin. He never came back. And in the midst of that, he was found on the bridge with the back of his head crushed. And that was on a Saturday. He got rushed to the hospital, brain dead. And we didn't find out until the very next day, almost 24 hours right at the door later, that happened in Gainesville, Florida, 4 hours away from where he's from, because the girlfriend did not let us know. And then we found out later. So when the neighbors got up there, family, they wasn't going to do an investigation. So we didn't understand why. But after we began to start our own investigation, then they began to move forward to help us seek answers. Now, I am going to say this, and I know at this moment I want to touch too much bases on stuff, because at the same time, they're doing an investigation, but we do need help from everybody.
Now, when I was recording this, at the time that I was recording this, we hadn't yet heard from detectives. And then I was checking to see if there was any updates. And now, thankfully, the detectives have spoken with the news and provided an update. So at this point, all we had to go on was what Tyrone's father's side of the family was saying, that they do believe it was suspicious. However, detectives have spoken out, and it seems that they are somewhat supporting what the girlfriend's saying that it was unfortunate, but they do not believe that his cause of death was suspicious. What are you guys' thoughts about this? Listen to this.
Part about his death is the unknown. They say they don't believe he jumped out of a moving car. Gainesville police officers say on December 27th, officers came to the area of Southwest Archer Road and I-75 after receiving reports of an injured person. Detectives say their initial investigation determined Davis did jump out of a moving vehicle while in traffic, saying he sustained significant injuries to his head. After a few days at the hospital, he died. Family members say they don't believe he would jump out of a car and say it doesn't make sense why his girlfriend, who was supposedly driving, would leave him on the side of the road. Davis's father says to him, justice is having the full story.
He didn't deserve this,
Now, you may recall that Lulu did previously respond to a few people on the video that she has on her social media page. Now, she responded and she said, I do love him with all my heart. His death was an accident outside of our control. Now, she went on and she said, thank you. His passing was an accident that was caused by factors outside of me or his control. Okay, so this is what I want you to pay attention to, because we know it's his father's side of the family that is making the accusations against Lulu, the girlfriend, although she's saying it is an accident. So his aunt went on to make a status, and she said, we want justice for Dro. T2. Truth is, you stressed T2 till he wanted to get out of your presence ASAP. He was left under a bridge. Truth is, he went to the hospital under John Doe. Now, keep this in mind, because his sister is going to respond to that. And then was given a trauma name.
See, another thing that's kind of baffling to me, why would he go as John Doe, though? If Lulu drove back up after this man was hit, if Lulu drove back up, listen, if she drove back up in the process of him being taken to the hospital, right? I could see initially when they pulled up on him, he didn't have a wallet, he didn't have an ID. But according to what I've been hearing, allegedly, she pulled back up to the scene, right? Pulled back up to the scene and had his wallet, ID, and all of that. So why the fuck, once he got to the hospital, was he a John Doe? Why was he a John Doe? Why didn't she provide the hospital with his identification?
Because she just pulled up. She didn't get out. She was just checking the scene to make sure he was dead.
So we're not gonna do that. That what you saying is an assumption. What I'm saying is a true fact. That this man laid in the hospital for 24 damn hours and nobody knew who he was, and this girl was there with the power to inform them who he was, so his family could have made it to that hospital before they did. Come on, bro.
How else we going to explain it at the moment? If she was there.
I'm just going about what's being put out. I'm not trying to explain nothing. I'm not trying to make nothing make sense, because the shit don't make sense to me. I'm just saying, when certain things happen, if you're an innocent party, if this was an accident, if you did nothing wrong, the moves that this girl made after this shit happened don't add up to her being innocent. I'm sorry. Because, and the reason why I'm so upset is because in the last hours of his life, this man was a fucking John Doe. He was not a nobody. He was somebody, man. He was not a John Doe. They didn't know who he was. His family was robbed of hours. They could have been up there with him. You get what I'm saying? Why would you do that to somebody you love? When you love somebody, when that man got hurt, you supposed to have his family there around him. You don't sit there and not let them know, not let them know who he is. You not call the motherfucking family, and you depriving the hospital of being able to call. The shit's not making sense.
I understand, and I'm upset too, man, because I'm seeing the love that he put into him. It's put into her. And it's like, and it's like, and I hate to say it, we do this all the time and we get screwed up at the end. Unfortunately, his was death. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could say I don't took care of people when they broke their toe. You know what I'm saying? Had them sit up. I don't gave them gifts like how she did and stuff. Just loaded them up, and they still just screw things up. It's like
they so inhumane, man. Inhumane.
And then they better put this girl in jail. I mean, if this was a guy, if a guy did this to her, they was right. If a guy did this to her, he would have been locked up. His face would have been all over the news screen, all kind of shit.
At this point, I'm with you, and I'm a woman. I'm sick of these women being able to cry crocodile tears and give a lame ass story, and motherfuckers just run with it. Even though I'm that one that just said, wait for the investigation, I get it. It's just like with the pastor's wife. I get a vibe about that chick, and the same with this chick. Like, let me just say, when you do, it don't matter. Like I say, in the act is the act, but it's the aftermath for me. It's how motherfucker behave afterwards. Just like I can't get over the fact that they said that woman came out that house, shot that man in front of his daughter, and walked back in the house. Like ain't shit happened. Because she knew she had already called the police. She knew they were coming.
Ain't no majority of the powers on their side.
On you, and you was calling the cops to do whatever. Why the fuck would you follow him out the door and shoot him when he was leaving? And then you cry and you tell a story, and I just cannot. I can't. That's with anybody. That's with anybody. Whether it be man or woman. That's with anybody. When the shit don't make sense, the shit don't make sense.
This made me drop my new No Shame game. Wait till y'all check that out. They abusive. I'm telling you, we're being abused. We need a hotline.
Man, stop crying,
men being
please.
abused.
Please stop crying. Please. Don't do that. Stop crying. Oh my God. Women and men are definitely being abused. Men are being abused just like women. That's a true fact. That is an honest true fact.
Your presence ASAP. He was, and it is an accident. So his passing was an accident that was caused by factors outside of me or his control. Okay, so this is what I want you to pay attention to, because we know it's his father's side of the family that is making the accusations against Lulu, the girlfriend, although she's saying it is an accident. So his aunt went on to make a status, and she said, we want justice for Dro. T2. Truth is, you stressed T2 till he wanted to get out of your presence ASAP. He was left under a bridge. Truth is, he went to the hospital under John Doe. Now keep this in mind, because his sister is going to respond to that. And then was given a trauma name. Truth is, my mom got the delayed call 24 hours later with the first lie. He slipped and fell at the gas station and bumped his head. Truth is, the family got 3 more different lies from Lulu. Truth is, we open to reach out to the world what they think, because this don't make any sense at all. Truth is, everything above is the truth on how he was handled, knowing how big our family, his kids nor his dad didn't get a call. Truth is, my mom, we raised T2. If the shoe was on the other foot, T2 would never make those decisions. T2 was a real man, and he deserved a real woman to love him right. Lulu was not dealing with, maybe you probably forgot that you got arrested on a previous vacation at the Ritz for domestic violence, and other mental signs were there. Love cost T2 his.
Hold the hell up. She got arrested on a previous vacation at the Ritz-Carlton for domestic violence, and other mental signs were there. Wow.
You probably forgot that you got arrested on a previous vacation at the Ritz for domestic violence, and other mental signs were there. Love cost T2 his life. Now it's justice for Dro. Now keep in mind, as far as her throwing out the accusation that she was previously arrested, that has not been confirmed. But what are you guys' thoughts about this? Because his father's side of the family is saying that Lulu and Dro presented this relationship online, and that relationship that we saw is not necessarily the relationship that they had behind closed doors.
Life is so perfect with you. Look at this.
Beautiful.
So
These fireworks are beautiful.
It's so perfect. This is so fucking perfect. This is so fucking perfect. Life is so fun with you. Life is so fun with you.
Now, his sister on his mom's side of the family, she says he wasn't sent to the hospital under John Doe. I see my brother licensed in his hospital bag myself. This is getting out of hand, honestly. Everyone wants to be the police or private investigators or whatever.
Wait a minute. The sister say he was not a John Doe. Hold on, because I'm sitting here saying, okay, his wallet. Well, just because his wallet. Oh, so listen. I'm gonna tell y'all how, and this is something I speak that I know because I worked in the emergency room at the hospital. If his wallet was in the hospital bag, and that bag being this plastic bag, when they get a patient in, right? When they take a patient in, right? They take their belongings, clothes, wallet, whatever, and they place it into this plastic bag. Y'all know the plastic bags with the little drawstring thing on it. They place all their belongings in that bag, but that has to be on that person in order to go in that bag. Because sometimes that stuff that they take off the patient, whether it be clothes or whatever, is if they're a crime victim, has to be used as evidence. I'm speaking. All right, so yeah, they placed the patient's belongings in that bag. So if his wallet was in the hospital bag, that means that wallet was on him when he went to the hospital. But they saying that all his stuff was left in the car. Because see, I'm going to tell you something. That wallet ain't going from that car to that hospital bag because that wallet ain't on him. Something ain't adding up. That's all I'm going to say. All right.
This is so fucking perfect. Life is so fun with you. Life is so fun with you.
Now, his sister on his mom's side of the family, she says he wasn't sent to the hospital under John Doe. I see my brother licensed in his hospital bag myself. This is getting out of hand, honestly. Everyone wants to be the police or private investigators or whatever they want to be. People coming up with their own narratives of the girl, and okay, that's fine. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. It's people making comments on people's posts about the dates being different. My brother was pulled off the machine as I watched on December the 30th, 2020. Okay, now pay attention to this because this is where she replies to comments about Tyrone being listed under John Doe. Someone comments and says, so why the aunt said he was under John Doe? She says, I don't know. All I know, the hospital told us he's under a trauma name. Maybe they told them.
Why these people had this energy. You making posts on social media, you answering to comments, y'all trying to solve the case on social media, y'all trying to make, just correct every little thing. I wouldn't give a fuck what was being said on social media. It's what them cops come up with. It's what I know for facts with my own eyes, my own ears, my own knowledge. Why are they responding to these people on social media?
When it come down to family, the family need to take care of the family first. I would have shut her up. You know what I'm saying? She would have to get shut up. First of all, you're going against the grain.
Definitely going against the grain. But besides that, you feed it to this mess. Why? I don't get it. I just don't, man. My daughters was young. Well, they was in their early 20s or whatever. When my son passed, they could never. My daughters didn't want nothing to do with no social media. None of us wanted to be. Social media could be good and bad. And when you going through something like that and your family members unalive, you gonna see the good, you gonna see the bad, and that shit just adds to your misery, to your grief, to your pain. It's just, who gives a fuck what social media say? Hell, social media, I wouldn't give a fuck if social media was saying he jumped off the damn bridge.
It would be helpful for people like me to get down to the nitty gritty. I ain't go.
You can't get down to the nitty gritty on social media. You see how many stories we done heard. You see how many
if I'm not participating in just a watcher, I can get a lot done just by reading them.
Oh, it'd be too much though. It'd be too much speculation. It'd be too many lies. It'd be too much. You are not going to get down. The only way you're going to get down to the bottom of anything is with the investigation. That's it, and that's all. That's it.
Oh, my track record says otherwise.
Well, okay. No, that's why you are distorted. You are a very corrupt individual, and you be going off the rims, man. That's why, because
I'm patient and I know how to receive info.
You play so much into social media, man. Too much. I'm just saying. Cause some of the stuff. Oh. So, man, you don't think social media do too much?
I mean, it depends on the person and what they intended for. Like them, they're going to do back and forth and all that stuff. I'm just going to watch them go back and forth and see who say what. You know what I'm saying? You take your notes. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what the cops do. Mm-hmm. That's basically what the cops do. Mm-hmm.
Listed under John Doe. Someone comments and says, so why the aunt said he was under John Doe? She says, I don't know. All I know, the hospital told us he's under a trauma name. Maybe they told them John Doe. I don't know. I just know he was under a trauma name when they mentioned it to us. I just know they have.
Okay, well, if he was on a trauma name, that still ain't saying he was under his own name. Because if he was under his own name, you would have said he was under his own name. So even if he was under a trauma name, why? Why, if you saw his license in the hospital bag, that mean they had his ID. Why would he be listed under a trauma name? That don't make sense. You know what the trauma name is in hospitals, ma'am? John Doe, John Jane, John and Jane. Whenever a hospital receives a patient and they don't have any ID and they are, they have trauma, which he had trauma names in hospitals is John Doe. Especially when they don't know the identification of the person. So, yeah, you're not making sense.
She says, I don't know. All I know, the hospital told us he's under a trauma name. Maybe they told them John Doe. I don't know. I just know he was under a trauma name when they mentioned it to us. I just know they had my brother ID in his hospital bag. And then someone said, okay, yeah, a lot of stories make it so confusing, but I'm praying the truth comes out. And someone left this comment, and let me know down in the comment section if you agree with it. Everybody listed as John Doe when suspected foul play. Drop a comment and let me.
True. Everybody not listed as John Doe unless they don't have. The only way they're listed as John Doe if they don't know the person's identity, they don't know the person's name. They're not listed as John Doe just because they have trauma or foul play. That means every gunshot wound victim that goes into the hospital will be John Doe. That's asinine. That's ridiculous. It's not true.
Comes out, and someone left this comment, and let me know down in the comment section if you agree with it. Everybody listed as John Doe when suspected foul play. Drop a comment and let me know if you agree with that. Now, keep this in mind, because Tyrone's father went live, and what he said is he wants to set the record straight. He wants to set the record straight about the day that Tyrone passed away, how the investigation started, because according to his father, they were just going to write this off as an accident. They had to go down to Gainesville, his father, his family, his team, as he's going to explain, to compel them to look at this differently. He also reveals that Tyrone has a life insurance policy, because that question has come up. Does he have a life insurance policy? Who's listed on it? So I want you to pay attention to this, and immediately after this.
Y'all know what just flashed on my brain. Lord, forgive me, Jesus. Man, ask me what just flashed.
I wasn't.
That that damn boot. She could have kicked that man in the head with that damn boot. I'm sitting there looking at this shit.
Oh.
Ooh.
Mm.
I'm telling you, it just flashed.
Like I said, social media is a very helpful thing if you're really looking for clues. Just let them talk. Let them show, let them talk.
That boot is a weapon in itself. Them motherfuckers. I'm just saying.
We're going to get into a post from Tyrone, the mother.
It just flashed before me like, damn. She did have that boot on at the cabin. Damn. Because I can't get over the fact that the neighbor said she was loading the car by herself. I don't think that dude would have let her load the car, period, much less by herself. I don't think Tyrone was okay when they left that. Well, he had to be okay when they left.
Because he went into the pizza place.
Yeah, they went to the hotel and stuff. So squash that. But yeah, something ain't right. I'm sorry, y'all.
And don't forget that Papa John said that he was okay when he was there.
Yeah, sure did.
To compel them to look at this differently. He also reveals that Tyrone has a life insurance policy, because that question has come up. Does he have a life insurance policy? Who's listed on it? So I want you to pay attention to this. And immediately after this, we're going to get into a post from Tyrone, the mother of his children, and some relationship background. And then there's also someone that went to the bridge, the scene to where Tyrone, unfortunately, where he was discovered at.
I'm not a social media person. But when it comes to the business part, trust me, it's been done. It's been taken care of. It's not about no T-shirts. It's not about all the other stuff you hear. And I'm not going to go on because it's an investigation. But when I say I have audio, video, I have reports. I went to the cabin. I'm the one, man, my team got the ball rolling. It would have been written off as an accident if we wouldn't have went 6 cars deep to Gainesville, Florida. There's a lot of things I can't discuss at this time, but stay tuned because it will be televised. Like I said,
I know one thing, Tyrone Sr. could never have went into a courtroom and said that Tyrone Jr. wasn't his son. I'm just saying. That Junior looked just like his dad. Just like.
All I'm asking for y'all is just if you know something, you see something, share. If you can't contact my family, contact Gainesville Police Department. Like I said, we ask for nothing. We ask for nothing but answers, and for us, the business part of it, my son had a policy. So if you hear any GoFundMe's, he's not no GoFundMe dude if you know Joe. He ain't no GoFundMe dude. We ain't asking for none of that. So if you hear anything about help or we need to pay bills and all that, I'm gonna leave that right there, And like we do everything else, I don't understand why the cards that I was dealt didn't have no faces on them. But, when you're covered in the blood of Jesus, nature gonna nature itself. And once again, I'm signing off from this here live stuff because it's not me, but I want the world to know I was there when my son passed away. You heard it from the medical examiner. All this December 30th, that was the time frame that they left him on the machine after they gave him a time of death. And you heard it. You can rewind the live after you finish it. The time of death was the 29th. They kept him on the machine all the way up until the 30th. When the 30th came, the rest of the family made it back up there or whatever. And however that caught.
What he's saying makes sense because when somebody's placed on life support or whatever, however, and once they, pronounce that person, they will keep that person, on the machines and everything, so family can come and say their last goodbyes and things of that nature. So that could be the reason for the whole 29th and 30th discrepancy. But, to me, honestly, that's just, them people know what his, death date is and time of death and all that. Like he said, he was there. So I don't even know why people are arguing about that. But, hey, okay. They argue about stupid shit, just dumb shit.
They kept him on the machine all the way up until the 30th. When the 30th came, the rest of the family made it back up there or whatever, pronounce and say the 30th. But you heard it from the facts from the examiner, not from me. I'm a grieving father right now. And I stand behind, any voice, not only Tasha, any voice that's promoting justice for my son. It's the hardest shit I ever went through in my life. Excuse my language, but I'm hurting. I have to walk in the spirit right now. called the flesh ain't able to deal with what's going on, you know. And I'm gonna ask everybody for y'all prayers. That's all we want. You know, if you got any information, you know, share it. You ain't got any, share it to me. You know, I ain't promoting no violence towards genders or nobody. All I want is answers. And like I said, I'm a quote unquote. Me, my mama, and my sister was in that room, and you just heard it from the medical examiner at time of death. How you get in the date of the 30th is because they gave the family time to get there, to see him. Time of taking the ventilator off, they rolled into the 30th. For anything else, I'm not coming back on here due to the investigation, which you will find out exactly, you know what I'm saying, the things and the processes as the investigation goes on. I don't have no bad feelings or hard feelings, cold feelings towards nobody, you know, because I'm just seeking justice. Everything I'm pushing to the depth of me is going to be justice for Dro. Either you're with us or you're against us. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, I'm running off Psalms 91 and Psalms 23. If you know me, you know me. My family, when it comes down to, you know, what we believe in, we will go the extra mile. And we've been going the extra mile. We went to Gainesville, 6 cars deep. We did what we had to do. We went to the cabins and so on and so on. I'm just not going to get into it. So the one man, my team got the ball rolling. It would have been written off as an accident if we wouldn't have went 6 cars deep to Gainesville, Florida. There's a lot of things I can't discuss at this time, but stay tuned because it will be televised. Like I said, all I'm asking for y'all is just if you know something, you see something, you know, share it. December 29, 25, when my son was pronounced dead. There's only 2 ways you can be pronounced dead in the state of Florida. That's if your heart stopped or if you failed the brain scan test. A brain scan test was performed. Me, my mother, and my sister was in the room at the time. They pronounced him dead.
What was his mama when he was pronounced, y'all? He said, me, my mom. Maybe he's just not included. Maybe he's just talking about. Because I couldn't imagine mama wouldn't be there.
I don't know. To me, she's suspect right now, too. Because she let the daughter get up here and run her mouth like that.
I ain't want to say nothing.
And I will let you hear that. And it was asked, they told us that they were going to keep him on the breathing machine until the rest of the family comes to visit. Mom wasn't there. No one was there. It was just me and my family when he passed. I'm going to let y'all hear from the medical examiners. I'm not going to keep releasing everything that I have, but
I'm now remembering that person said the mama had left. But why would you leave it for? Why would you? I don't understand that one, y'all. That one got me.
Mom wasn't there. No one was there. It was just me and my family.
I mean, he said
keep him on the breathing machine until the rest of the family comes to visit. Mom wasn't there. No one was there. It was just me and my family when he passed.
Oh my
I'm going to let y'all hear from the medical examiners. I'm not going to keep releasing everything that I have, but I did the homework. We went to Gainesville. We did everything we had to do. That's the reason that the ball is rolling. I was notified of my son's death almost 24 hours later. Not by mom, not by girlfriend. Like I said, I'm not on here to provoke no violence, but I want the world to know that we're seeking justice for Dro. We're not grieving for rewards. I'm going to play this here so you can hear from you.
So the autopsy is complete. The cause and manner is still pending at this time. Typically when it is pending, that's usually because we are awaiting additional information. To give you an estimate, it can take anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks for it to be unpended after all the information has been received. Okay, so meaning that the report is done? No, the report is not done yet, but because the cause and manner of death is still pending, we are awaiting additional information at this time.
Cause, what does that mean? Cause of manner of death?
So, yes, so what will be listed on the death certificate as the cause of death, that is pending. So that means we're awaiting additional information. So the autopsy report is not complete. The autopsy is complete. That is the examination that we performed. That has been completed, and which is why he was able to be transported out of our care and into the funeral home. But our report with the cause and manner of death is not complete because we are awaiting additional information.
And can you verify the death date for me?
You said 12/29/2025. Yes, and that's what you have on your report for the death certificate, right? Correct. Okay, and question, is it pending because of the investigation that's going on?
Now, wait a minute.
No, we are just waiting for additional information.
We just
don't have
really, my thing is this. Why didn't the mom and the sister know this? Maybe because they weren't there. Maybe because when they left the hospital, they thought that he was already declared. Why wouldn't the sister know that her brother passed on the 29th and not the 30th? This is how I can read. I've been fucking up. I could have just minimized the screen. Because I can see this post clearly. It says, out of respect for my nephew, the Davis family has not posted anything about his mom or her side of the family. That family can post whatever they choose. We have been called liars. We have been called messy and a bunch of other things. None of that matters to us. Tyrone Davis Jr. lives in our hearts. We will not be silenced. We want answers and will continue to seek the truth and justice for T2. If the mom knows what happened to her son, that's fine. Yes, mom lost 3. We lost 1. Okay, so the 2 sons that his 2 brothers that passed. Okay, so we got it wrong, Tanya. Apparently the 2 brothers that passed before Tyrone were not his kids. Yes, the mom lost 3, but we lost 1. But let me tell you, the hurt is just as great. Okay, so those 2 sons, those 2 brothers that passed before Tyrone, they were not his biological sons. They was the mothers, of course. So it's the mom that actually lost 3 sons, which we thought. But Tyrone was his only son. Tyrone was the older 2 sons were not his. Yeah, the 2 of the moms, yeah. If the mom knows what happened to her son, that's fine. Yes, mom lost 3. We lost 1, but let me tell you, the hurt is just as great. This is our bloodline. The father, Davis family wants answers and won't stop until we get them. And I don't blame them. I don't agree with all the social media hoopla, but as far as staying on the police's ass and getting answers, I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
Okay, and question, is it pending because of the investigation that's going on? Yes, and that is not complete because we are awaiting additional information. And can you verify the death date for me? You said 12/29/2025. Yes, and that's what you have on your report for the death certificate, right? Correct. Okay, and question, is it pending because of the investigation that's going on? No, we're just awaiting additional. I do not have specifics, but that could be lab results, medical records. We are unable to expedite anything, and especially if labs are involved, that is, we don't have an in-house lab, so that would be separate from us. And it is machines that conducts those labs, so we would be unable to expedite that, unfortunately. Okay, no, you can take your time.
Okay, so like I said, set the record straight. That's my son. That's the hardest thing I ever dealt with in my life. I'm not here to promote no violence.
So let me
did the homework.
When she said
everything that's going on.
When she said they were waiting on, like lab results and things of that nature. See, lab results are even though the person is deceased, lab results are very, very important when it comes to an investigation, right? Because for one thing, in that ME's report, the final ME report, they're going to list whether or not Tyrone had any type of drugs or anything in his system. They're going to list whether he had alcohol. They're going to list everything that was in his system, right? And that's very important. Let me tell you why. Being as though the person, the so-called eyewitness, stated that Tyrone was staggering and this and that and the third, that plays into the whole investigation. All of that plays up. So if they don't have an in-house lab, they have to draw his blood, before they, whatever, they have to draw his blood and send it out to an outside lab. That stuff takes time to come back. You know what I'm saying? It takes time to come back. So this is why at this time, the report wasn't complete, because they have to include all that in that report. Yeah, so.
With this case, I did the homework. I'm not here to bash nobody. I'm not going to sit here and keep on repeating myself to prove to nothing in the world. All I'm asking for is answers to what belongs to me. And that's answers to what happened to Dro. Ain't no way my son go from, I love you, baby, you my everything, just laid out in a bridge, under a bridge in the middle of the road with no answers. I wasn't contacted. Once again, everything that you see is going on. I respect the genocide. I have been reaching out to them. The platform that we had for us, the candlelight visual, we did that. The songs, we did. I'm not trying to make it a this or that situation. I'm just hoping that I can get some answers to what happened to what belongs to me. My son go from, I love you, baby, you my everything, just laid out in a bridge, under a bridge in the middle of the road with no answers. I wasn't contacted. Once again, everything that you see is going on. I respect the genocide. I have been reaching out to them. The platform that we had for us, the candlelight visual, we did that. The songs, we did. I'm not trying to make it a this or that situation. I'm just hoping that I can get some answers to what happened to what belongs to me.
Okay, is there any way we can get this expedited due to the severity of the case, or is it like? Unfortunately, we are unable to expedite anything, and especially if labs are involved. That is, we don't have an in-house lab, so that would be separate from us, and it is machines that conduct those labs, so we would be unable to expedite that, unfortunately. Okay, no, not expedite. You can take your time.
Okay, so like I said, set the record straight. That's my son. That's the hardest thing I ever dealt with in my life. You know, I'm not here to promote no violence. I did the homework. You know, everything that's going on with this case, I did the homework.
Wait a minute.
No way my son go from, bro, I respect the genocide. I have been reaching out to them. I can get.
Now, many on the internet.
That situation, I'm just hoping that I can get.
Now, many on the internet are divided. There's a post that stands out that.
Oh, yeah. I hope she's finna read this.
Said the fact his blood sister is coming forward telling what's going on because she is actually having interactions with the detectives in her brother case. This exactly why I stopped listening to social media. People don't know what they be talking about. The whole time the daddy side of the family been going live telling y'all lies and fake updates from the police. Now keep in mind his father did play the call from the medical examiner, and that was in regards to the date of his passing because the mom and the dad side seemed to have conflict over when Tyrone passed away. In addition to this, the father side is accusing the mother side of being friends with Lulu, saying hello from the other side. It's justice for Dro over here, and y'all upset because we won't accept Lulu lies. Y'all defend her and hang out with her all y'all want. We real, and it's still justice for Dro. Davis raised him. So the father side is saying they're not going to give up in seeking answers and finding out what happened because according to the father side, they are the ones that raised Tyrone. Now, the mother of his children, because keep in mind, before him and Lulu met, he did have two children who him and Lulu, they frequently hung out. She spent time with his kids. So it seemed like she had some type of relationship, at least how it was presented on social media. But the mother of his two children came and she made a post and she said, man, Tyrone, I told myself that I would not post anything and to keep my feelings and emotions to myself. But being in the room, replaying all the memories we share, pictures, videos of us, our kids, I just can't. Words cannot express how hard this is for me. You are not just the father of my kids, but you were once a very special and important person in my life. We may not have shared all our beautiful and intimate moments out loud for the world to see, but we did that in front of the people who mattered to us most. You showed me a lot and taught me a lot, gave me wisdom and courage. You stood by me in my darkest moments. You saw me and not the opposite. We were blessed with two amazing children, and I am forever grateful to be able to share that with you. Despite all of our ups and downs, disagreements, and challenges that we dealt with each other, you will always have a special place in my heart. All these tears roll down roll down my face as I'm writing you this message. I want you to know that our kids will be good, and I will continue to keep your memory alive and remind them every day of the amazing person you were. I can't write anymore. Get your rest, Tyrone, and watch over our kids.
What it is. So a lot of people ask me how I parent from the truck, how I connect with my kids on the truck, how I keep that bond strong and solid on the truck. And I just call every day, just check on them throughout the day. You feel what I'm saying? Just get into what they got going on. They outside, he like outside playing football with his friends, you know. I sit on FaceTime with him, or he at school or getting out of school about to catch the bus. Like I just sit on the phone, that's how his day go, how his day went, how it's going. You feel what I'm saying? And just be concerned. You feel what I'm saying? Be active. We go homework over the phone sometimes. Like it's a lot of ways to connect. We about to call them now, just check up on them. And I got some great ass news, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all about that in a minute. You ready to ride? Yeah. You so cool with this shit. What you like about your daddy and Keith? What you like about us, you know?
Like, you stay in your own mate and, like, you pull to, and, like, how you used to be, like, in the streets and stuff, that's when they, like, really care for it, but when you got out of the streets, that's when I started, like, Yeah.
That's real. That's real. I ain't gonna lie, your opinion matters so much to me, man. That love you. That is so proud of you. What's your grades looking like?
I got 2 or 3 B. I mean 2 or 3 A's and 1 B.
Let me see. You can put them up.
Yeah.
Let me see.
The woman at the center of this, not by investigators, but by Tyrone's father's side of the family, she wrote, "This has been the most heartbreaking thing that I've ever been through. It has been extremely difficult, overwhelming, confusing, and emotional dealing with everything that came from the situation while trying to grieve the love of my life and process him not being here anymore. When we were nothing short of inseparable, I would never do anything to harm him or would want him to lose his life. I have lost a major part of me losing him." Social media was never my thing. It was Tyrone's. My first thought is not to address anything online, and even when I did, I really didn't know what to say because I am lost. And those who really know us know us. We were not perfect, but we were literally made for each other. We had our whole life planned together. For those wanting to know, I've been provided my account of everything that happened since the beginning to both sides of Tyrone Davis' family, the dad side, the Davis family, and his mom's side. Notice that only one side of his family is spreading hateful, negative things that they know Tyrone would not allow nor respect. As much as I want to explain my innocence out of the love for my man that I still cannot believe is not here to do life with me, there is currently an active investigation underway. Pay attention to that. Out of respect for this investigation process, I will refrain from making any more public statements until the investigation is complete. So she is confirming that there is an active investigation underway. To everyone who has witnessed our love publicly or personally and who has chosen to stand with me, thank you. Your support means the world, and it's what I need right now. I just ask that you all allow the detectives to do their job and stop with the accusations. The truth will come out in due time. Lulu. So let me know in the comment section, does her post compel you one way or the other to say that she's innocent, she didn't have anything to do with it? And also keeping in mind that the mother side of the family is saying, let the investigation play out, while the dad's side is saying that they know it was not an accident. Let me know what you guys think.
You know that somebody had to see something. I don't know what they at tonight. I guess it's Saturday night. They probably all hanging out somewhere, but I was ready to get on their ass tonight. I was going to ask y'all, I know y'all seeing what the fuck happened. Come on now. Y'all be out here all night, all time at night. But I wanted to go live. I seen somebody go live earlier today. They had balloons. They said they was going to come out here and support Dro. Because they was from Fort Lauderdale. But he got people up here too. He got people up here in Gainesville, Florida that's from Fort Lauderdale. That's going to stand in. I'm going to stand in because y'all stood in the paint when my sister died. I was 4 hours away. I couldn't get on the road right then. But when my sister died, y'all called the ambulance. Y'all made sure my sister was all right. You know what I'm saying? So it's only right that I return the favor. It's only right that I return the favor. I'm in Gainesville, Florida. Look, I need to clean my camera a little bit. Hold on. I've been living in Gainesville for like the last, I want to say 7, 8 years since I left Fort Lauderdale. So he got people up here that's going to support him. I'm walking up to the bridge right now. This is the bridge. You can't tell me how all these cars out here that ain't nobody see nothing. Come on now. Come on now. Y'all saw something. I wish I would have seen one of these motherfuckers out here. Cause I would have asked their ass what the fuck y'all saw. Y'all saw something. I wasn't able to find no balloons. You know what I'm saying? But I was able to give him something. I was able to give him something. I'm gonna show you in a minute when I get under this bridge. Cause that's fucked up how he just, excuse my language. Y'all just gotta excuse my language. Cause this is my hometown. And how they came together today, that speaks volume. I hate that we gotta come together like this. But he got family, he got people, he don't shed their blood in the streets in Gainesville. But he got people that's from Lauderdale. He got people up here that's from Lauderdale. If we need justice, this the bridge. And this had to be the way she was coming, because if I turn back this way, Papa John's pizza is back that way. So if they was coming back to the hotel, they was coming this way. Look, they're gonna harm the person right there. They seen what happened. Y'all see what happened? Y'all don't see what happened, but it's all good. Cause justice gonna get served. Justice go get served. I want to send my condolences to the Davis family. I hope y'all get the justice that y'all deserve. But I just want to support y'all because when I lost my baby sister back in 2021, I was 4 hours away, and y'all showed up. So I'm gonna show out for y'all. Straight up. This is the bridge, y'all. This is the bridge. This is a busy highway. I'm from here. I live here. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, but I live in Gainesville. This is the most busiest highway. Busiest road. This is Archer Road. This is where everything at. All the restaurants, all the hotels, everything going on. And they ain't scared of a motherfucking thing. And if AM bitch out here hear me, AM bitch up there sleep, AM bitch up there whoever motherfucking around, worried about me motherfucking recording, bitch ain't worried about no bitch. I ain't worried about no bitch. Trust. Let me put my stuff down and count like my boy Candles. I wasn't able to find no balloons or nothing like that, but I got him a balloon. I got him a teddy bear. And I got a candle. Then I'm finna light. Straight up. Straight up. And it's Bluetooth. Straight up. That's my home team. That's my hometown. This man died under this bridge right here. Lost his life.
Thank you for joining.
He's only right I support. He got blood up here. He got blood up here. Straight up. I be quiet on a lot of shit, but this is what I ain't gonna be quiet on. I wouldn't have no balloons for you, my boy, but I got you. I did get you a teddy bear. Got you a teddy bear and some candles. It's blue. Sleep in peace, Joe. Straight up. Somebody out here seeing what happened. This the bridge. I better not find nothing out here say Papa John. I better not find nothing out here say Papa John. I better not find nothing out here that say Papa John's. If I find anything out here say Papa John's, y'all ain't doing y'all motherfucking job. Cause when my sister died, bitch, I can't investigate. Bitch, I don't see nothing out here say Papa John. Did Papa John? Hell nah. Oh, hold up. Did Papa John? Hell nah. Oh, hell nah. Go out to the other side. While I'm on my way out. Cause my phone on a certain percent, so I ain't got that much percentage on my phone, but they got me fucked up. I'm gonna support my people. That Papa John? No. Fuck. He fucked up. Rest in peace, Joe. Rest in peace. Justice will be served. I mean, I don't see nothing out here. Papa John? Yeah. Let me show my teddy bear one more time before I leave. Because I know about it ain't going to be here by tomorrow. But rest in peace, Joe. You need what? You want to run over me? Oh, okay. You want to run over me? Oh, okay. The fuck? You what? Bitch, I ain't from here. Bitch, I'm from the dead, bitch. You what? Did you see what happened? You saw the accident up here? Did you see the accident that happened up here? Oh, okay. Oh. But y'all, now y'all want to start walking by here because y'all see I'm out here. I don't give a fuck. What y'all gonna do? Justice for that motherfucking man. You don't care about how my language going tonight. I don't give a fuck. That man family 5-6 hours a motherfucking way. Then Gainesville got all kind of cameras, like look at them motherfucking camera like.
Now, if you watch my last video, then you know that Tyrone and Lulu love story goes back to at least 2021 from what was posted on social media. Additionally, Lulu has a twin brother, and many have wondered if her twin brother was at the cabin. Keep in mind, authorities haven't confirmed if there were any additional people. The family hasn't said if there was any additional people. They've said at this time they do want to keep some information private because the investigation is ongoing. However, Tyrone was a truck driver, and he would frequently travel. So there would be times where he would get to go and visit. First that he went to visit was her mom, and I'm going to play a video for that. And then Lulu's twin brother also came to Florida to visit them. So from Tyrone's post, he said that the brother came to Florida to see him, indicating that the brother did not stay in Florida. There's also a post from a friend where Tyrone has shared that although he was a truck driver, it wasn't paying him the money that he wanted to make from it, so he was going to look into doing some other things. So these are just some posts relevant to their background. Now, I am going to play a short clip from Tyrone and Lulu because there would be times that she would travel on the highway with him when he was a truck driver. So I'm going to play a portion of that as well. Now, if you haven't done so already, please be sure to like the video, drop a comment below, and subscribe to the channel if you appreciate my coverage.
My attention at the news in Gainesville is reporting that although a tragedy, an accident, that he voluntarily jumped from a moving vehicle and sustained injuries to the back of his head, causing his demise. Yet still an ongoing investigation. But you're just not gonna get me to believe that. No, sir. You're not gonna get me to believe that Dro and Lulu had an argument and she was seen packing up the cabin all by herself, and that this man afterwards just voluntarily jumped from a moving vehicle and only sustained injuries to the back of his head. I'm just not gonna believe that. I haven't heard of any other broken bones. I haven't heard of any abrasions. I haven't heard of bleeding from anywhere else. I haven't even heard of roll burns. So you trying to get me to believe that this healthy, very street smart man jumped out of this vehicle without his phones and a weapon in a city he's never resided in, but grabbed the box of pizza? No, sir, you just not gonna get me to believe that. The man is grilled up. We from Broward, baby. That's just not how we think. We sleep with our phones. No, sir, you're not gonna get me to believe that. And then after the man demise, she cleared out the man's bank account. Let's not forget she never made the bridge. Didn't even tell his daddy that he had some injuries. You're just not gonna get me to believe that there is not more to this story. I don't give a damn. But it's also been brought to my attention that the Davis family.
I'm sorry, y'all. I was damn. Ooh, come on, girl. You better tell it. I gotta take that back. Cause it's sped up, y'all. So it seems like she's talking fast. But somebody gotta make some sense of this shit at this point for me. I'm in too deep. Why my mouse keep doing what they want to do? Hold on, y'all. So much. Thank y'all for the likes too as well. Shout out to Mad, who over there in the Mad Laboratory, and I'm telling where he over there conjuring up and things of that nature.
I'm sitting here listening, wondering why that dude under the bridge didn't snatch one of them people up and shake them down.
Be snap, man. See, this is why
he talking like he about it. He talking like he about it, but I ain't see it.
Well, he can be about it, but he ain't got to start no shit. You don't go to snatching people off bicycles and things of that sort, man.
Hey, y'all will be thankful for me if I was in y'all's family.
Hashtag anger management. Hashtag Mad Militant. Hashtag we in too deep. Okay, hold on.
Now, if you haven't done so already, please be sure to like the video, drop a comment below, and subscribe to the channel if you appreciate my coverage.
My attention at the news in Gainesville is reporting that although a tragedy, an accident, that he voluntarily jumped from a moving vehicle and sustained injuries to the back of his head, causing his demise. Yet still an ongoing investigation. But you're just not gonna get me to believe that. No, sir. You're not gonna get me to believe that Dro and Lulu had an argument and she was seen packing up the cabin all by herself, and that this man afterwards just voluntarily jumped from a moving vehicle and only sustained injuries to the back of his head. He only got blunt force trauma to the back of his head jumping from a moving vehicle that Lulu was driving, whom we never seen drive before. I'm just not gonna believe that. I haven't heard of any other broken bones. I haven't heard of any abrasions. I haven't heard of bleeding from anywhere else. I haven't even heard of roll burns. So you trying to get me to believe that this healthy, very street smart man jumped out of this vehicle without his phones and a weapon in a city he's never resided in, but grabbed the box of pizza? No, sir, you just not gonna get me to believe that. The man is grilled up. We from Broward, baby. That's just not how we think. We sleep with our phones. No, sir, you're not gonna get me to believe that. And then after the man demise, she cleared out the man's bank account. Let's not forget she left him at the bridge and didn't even tell his daddy that he had some interest. You just not gonna get me to believe that there is not more to this story. I don't give a damn. But it's also been brought to my attention that the Davis family, his father's side of the family, will be in Gainesville this Saturday at the bridge where Lulu left his ass at. They will be going to the bridge amongst other places looking for answers, trying to get justice for Drew. So everyone is invited. They have invited the public. So if you can show up, support the Davis family this Saturday in Gainesville. But I tell y'all what, Davis family, when y'all ready to pull up at Lulu house, call me. I want to go to Lulu fucking house. Call me when we going to Lulu house.
Yeah,
y'all
buddy.
She's talking their brother already, nigga. She's talking that bitch already.
Yeah, you know I got you. You know you last minute paddle.
Always, always. Y'all, I done made it to the first store for Queen. Nah, for sure. Oh, hey, he go get that. She refused to let us just hang out, y'all. She always got to be a part of something. Always. Got me fly through these people still trying to get her shit. I ain't the man. I like shopping for mine. Y'all like shopping for you, girl? I love shopping for mine. I go pick some shit up quick. Target order, what you need. Whatever you need, I'm right there. You know what I'm saying? It's all up. Shut that a joke. You already know. Shut that a joke. You are.
No sound due to music. Tyrone and Lulu's mother. Allegedly, Tyrone and Lulu's mom. Okay.
It's Lady in the city.
Baby home, so we're gonna do a rock, paper, scissors, shoot challenge.
Truck edition.
Truck edition. Y'all see us? We over here at delivery right now.
We're making a delivery right now.
Scissors, paper, rock.
All right. Scissors, paper, rock.
What's your childhood?
Let's go.
How you gonna explain this game?
I'm a grown ass dog. They ain't think that shit's like
That is crazy.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors.
What's up, flow?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, rock, paper, scissors, and then go out. What you gonna throw out? Y'all did a pig chicken. Exactly. He's trying to see what I'm gonna throw out. That ain't really trying to do nothing. He think he gotta pick it out.
I think I got all the
You think the all the same.
the whole place.
Exactly. Will you make her bid? Okay. This the real one now.
This the real one.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Cover. Right.
Look at that shit on. I'm gonna go the first go round. It's all good. Next first. I take good. He even saved me the. Rock. How you won the first time? That's crazy.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Run again. Let's go.
You stand in front of the camera, they can't even see me running.
They can.
Okay, I guess. What time you got this side? That's great.
Okay.
Rock.
Let me see. It's up out here being a winner.
I can't wait to take this motherfucker to become
I know. I was like, I need to look up first because I know he like that car. That was gonna be green.
Man, nobody telling you.
Not next. Okay,
She want to know the first two times this is. Oh wait, watch this. Watch this. No, that's great. I love this talent. Don't get caught up in social media, man. It ain't what it seems. It ain't what it seems, man. Morning motivation with Joe, so this is what it is. I ain't gonna lie, I used to be big on fixing shit. You feel what I'm saying? I used to be ready to, pack shit up, talk shit out. You feel what I'm saying? Be that grown man, be that, that bigger person. Nah, man, you don't get my face with that shit, man. You did what you did. I said what I said. That's what it is, man. You feel what I'm saying? You don't be appreciating that shit. Right around and do the same pussy ass shit that made y'all, fall out, or made y'all, disagree, or made y'all, just part ways, man. Once I say, it's straight up, fuck it, man, straight up. Ain't no hall pass, ain't no second chances. We grown, man. People know right from wrong.
On social media and even calling us here.
But that's it for today, y'all. That's enough for me. I'm on overload. I am actually on overload right now.
Yeah, but that girl better get under witness protection, because eventually they're gonna have somebody like me and the family that's gonna turn the things around. They're gonna get the emotions boiling, and they're gonna end up pulling up on
that. Man,
hey,
I can't wait to see how it plays out. I can't wait either, my wife and mommy, but we definitely have to be patient and wait. Because believe it or not, this is just beginning. It's not over. That Davis family ain't gonna, they're not gonna rest until they find out exactly what happened that night. And we're gonna follow it. Thank you, Lady Marie. We are definitely gonna follow it. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow with some more stuff. Because even with that being a lot, that still ain't it. We just been on here, I think, 3 hours. Yes, me and either wife and mom. Yes, me neither. Oh, okay. So yeah, man, thank you so much for coming up. I appreciate it. I do.
No problem.
And we're
But
gonna
put that email in that list. That's the one that's on this computer here. I think you be sending it to a device.
you got two,
I turn on once a week.
two emails that say Real Man TV.
No, this one is the House of Madness. The
That's
Real
not
Mad
what.
TV don't go to Real Mad TV.
Okay, so when I used to do the House of Madness, I used to send it to the House of Madness, and I think you told me you wasn't getting. Well, that's okay. So send it to the House of Madness.
Yep.
Okay, got you. I got you. That's the other one I got in there for you. All right, y'all. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. Thank you, Tanya. Hope. Yeah. Same to you, wife and mommy. All right, y'all. We'll be back tomorrow with some more. Okay. Thank y'all so much for supporting this live stream. Y'all know I do appreciate it. Y'all continue to have a blessed, beautiful day. And I will see y'all later over in Simpleville. Okay. But until then, truth seekers stand up and we out. Y'all be safe and have a blessed, beautiful day. Thank you again, man. See y'all later.
No problem.